It's eventually gonna kill me. All right. Oh fuck! I forgot to come up with the name.
It's all right.
Did you have a name for the city? You could name the city. I'll leave that to you.
I'm gonna have to figure out which one it is.
All right, cool. I need to figure out her name. Name generator. D&D. There it is. Oh, these are all ads.
Okay, let me.
That is not a female name. You're fucking insane. This name is just Baller, but spelled for drow. Ballyrr.
Sounds about right.
Sounds like a winner. Ballier.
Nah, it's just Baller. I am of Clan Baller. Our motto is "We ball hard."
Yeah, the Q is silent.
I have not set anything up yet, Chase. Like, I'm still making myself my morning cup of tea. I haven't got my notes open. I haven't got my character sheet. Oh, thank you. I haven't got my character sheet open. I don't have my spell list open. I'm not prepared.
Devin, I just sent you the city name.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, the text and then how it would be pronounced.
I just ignored the first two words. I'm not even gonna fuck around with that shit. But the second part's great.
Did you have a look and then immediately bail? Is that what happened? Devin?
It's not in English. Let's just leave it at that.
Okay. Because I get this strange sensation whenever I have to try to pronounce words that are definitely not English and not Chinese or any language that I have any sort of pronunciation guide for. I can feel myself tucking and rolling for the escape out of the situation. I'm like preparing for the escape strategy.
Can't hear you.
Sound good.
Shut up, Devin.
Sometimes you just gotta float on faith and butcher the pronunciation, and somebody corrects you, be like, "Oh, thanks, problem solved."
Can I get some jalapenos?
Ooh, buddy.
Did you just say jalapenos as in like jalapenos, but absolutely butchered? Am I?
I like to get extra jalapenos when we go to Chipotle.
Oh, actually, relevant to this.
That's cursed.
One of my family members, I'm not gonna say which one, just to protect their privacy, was a tortilla sayer.
They said tortilla.
They didn't catch on a tortilla. And I first thought it was a joke, so I'm like, ha ha ha, name, funny joke. And they were like, what? So begrudgingly, after trying to eke out some kind of, you're just joking, right? I had to fucking explain it, and I was disappointed that day.
Alright, let me just real quick translate that to something that's not that, so I understand what the fuck that means.
Did you post it in Pughell? Because if so, I would. If you posted it in Pughell,
I'm going to assume you didn't misspell that. I'm going to assume that that's a furry variant.
You might want to DM it privately to Ron as well, because he's really bad at reading general messages. Like, really, really bad.
Also, I'm supposed to notify.
Honestly, this is fine, Christina. This gives me more time to get ready to actually start D&D, because I only rolled out of bed about 30 minutes ago.
Hold on. Hold on a sec, Chase. Yeah, there we go. I think I got myself in now. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Von Sock. I was, I was gonna. It's got some time. Mm-hmm. Um, I was gonna say too, Von Sock is also now the new leader of the Cyclops crew. Yeah, no, no. Mel, yeah, Mel casted it at the end of last session, so we're good. Yeah, I remember that distinctly, and if you can want to check the VOD, I have it up on YouTube. I mean, any place that Joe hasn't been is not great. Let's be real. Dicky. Oh. Oh no. Hmm.
Teacher. There is a time that I would not have been stopped by such men, and that time has passed. I haven't really accepted that. I apologize that my own rashness has led to your injury in this instance. In the
Go ahead and
future,
make-
I will seek to be more reticent for you.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check, just a straight roll.
Straight roll.
This is so you're disadvantaged because you're hurting him by pulling arrows out of him, um, which he doesn't really quite understand as helpful yet.
Yeah.
But you have advantage on all talks with him, so
Yeah.
because of dragon stuff.
Oh,
That's pretty
fuck
good.
yeah. I could convince him that the sky is green if I fucking want.
You don't know if he's colorblind or not, so good luck.
Odd question.
Sorry,
What
I'm
color would
back.
you say this is?
Go
Can
ahead,
I
Nikki.
get a? Sorry, I just got back. My parents were. They've been fighting for the past week over God knows the fuck what, and so my mom was crying, so I had to go help her. Can you give me a brief summary as what just happened? Because I had my
We made it
earphones
back
out.
to the
and I couldn't
grove.
hear.
Yeah, it's okay.
We
You
made
made
it
it
back
back.
to the
Yeah, you
grove?
made it back to the grove to safety.
Okay. That's it.
I
So
also
far, yeah.
effectively left it up to you guys to explain to the Cyclops that there might be a threat. Because Kishler doesn't give a shit.
Okay.
Boy.
But I finish up my talk with him by just saying, I will attempt to teach you in the rear and hope that our companions don't do anything too foolish.
He seems accepting of your advice, and although he winces with every arrow you pull out, he's still kind of like tucking his head up under your arm, and kind of looking to you for protection, like he's scared. Understandably so, I think.
Yeah. When I get the last one out, I give him a once over, the equivalent of brushing down a horse, to make sure all his scales are lined up and none of them are pinching each other.
He willingly accepts that. Not quite kicking like a dog, but only because he has to stand on those legs. Yeah.
Do you think we would have time for me to switch out a couple of spells?
Maybe. Depends on what your choice is. What are you trying to do?
Oh man, boy, did I recently learn that Dream was like a 5th level spell, so I have 2 5th level spells, and I got 2 things to send to 2 separate people.
Hmm.
So if I can replace one of my 5th level spell slots with that would
So that would take
8 hours, yeah.
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 If you guys want to try and long rest here, you certainly could. Or you could go back to the Feywild, which I believe was the existing plan.
It was. I don't know if I want to go into that bitch with 4 HP though. I think maybe we could.
Oh,
take a
I
small-
forgot.
A small timeout before we jump right back into that bitch.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
I
don't want-
forgot. You have.
I see Melifia walking towards the tree and begin to work her magic and say, "Tree, perhaps a small break is in order."
bleh, and then blood comes out of his mouth.
And like, he starts like seeping blood from his nose.
What you gotta understand is the skin layer that's on the outside, the second layer of skin I have, it doesn't allow anything to escape. So the blood sort of builds up slightly, so you see a small bulge, and then it gives, and there's just a little outpouring of blood, and then it seals again, and then from another wound, it's building up, and then a little bit of like almost like a piston of blood pulling out in front of over the wounds.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I like that.
That's awful.
yeah,
Thanks
I
for
like
that
it a lot.
image. Thanks for that image, Devin. I really appreciate that when
So-
I'm drinking.
I
my
look a
tea.
lot better, to be fair, when I'm not dying.
Yeah. So you guys could take a short rest and then move and just use some hit dice, or you could try and take a long rest and recover some spell slots.
So are we looking on
I-
spell?
Let's get a spell count because I got 1/4, 1/5, 1/3, and then my 1s and 2s are open.
So
But
my
my
spell
1s and 2s
slots.
are mostly reactive.
My spell slots are pretty happy right now. It's my free shit that's all out the window. So
Hmm.
I have 0 fate pool die anymore. I don't have any more beast shapes. Like I'm flat out. Like I have nothing.
How much heals do you got left in the pool?
In the fate pool or in the general?
No, just
pool?
I'm talking like if a nuke dropped right now, how many people could you pull out of fire? While you're doing that,
Quite a few.
Jared, your count.
I have only used 1/4 of a spell slot. That's when we polymorphed earlier when we were getting a bird's eye view of that town. Despero was fucking fine.
And how many rages do you got left in the skill?
I probably have. I only used 1 from what I can remember, so I think I still at least have 2. Let me double check.
For short. I think after a short rest, I have 1 faithful dice back. I didn't take any of my big healing spells because I didn't think we'd be in combat last session. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, they're all like the exploration spells, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I still
so my
have. I have
concern
3
is-
rages. I have 3 rages still.
My concern is with our luck. We'll go back into the Feywild and find out that King Giga Nigga is waiting on the other side with a baseball bat, and he'll smash.
He's
our
gonna
fucking
beat your head in.
kneecaps
Right. Right. I understand your concern.
We're gonna go in there. Chase is gonna roll something behind his thing and just be like, "Ooh, that's a yikes!" And then it's just gonna be a quick, "Hey, what's your dex check right now?" And then then it turns out that the power armor from Fallout 4's there, and they're firing a Merv at us.
There's just actually like a Gundam standing there with like a big laser sword just ready to go.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, if you guys ever want to play a Gundam RPG, I am all down to try Lancer. Let me know.
Is that the one where you have like different suits you can jump to, but you have also your base stats, and there's like the AI in the suits, and they roll against it. If the AI takes over, it does its own turn.
No. You might be thinking of Rifts. Or not, I don't know. Or Gamma World, actually. Anyway.
Yeah, whichever
not
one that
quite
Aaron
Gamma
showed
World.
us like 5 videos of each of the different types, and one of them was just melee swords all day, but you had a 1 in 5 chance every turn of it just doing its own shit while you're inside of it.
I think Aaron showed that to you. I'll talk to me later about Lancer. I love Lancer. I have never played it, and I really want to. Anyway,
You have a nerd sidetrack. What do you call it again?
the nerd sniped. I got nerd
Nerd
sniped.
snipe. You did get nerd sniped. Yeah, I
Um,
think a long rest would be a good idea because then I can also retake spell slots that I kind of need right now.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay. Do you have any fifths left?
I have both my fifths left
Oh.
actually.
Okay.
So you could take
Oh,
that
but
time
you
to
have to
cast
trade
a
out.
dream.
But she has to trade out Dream first.
First, yeah, because right
What
now
is your
I
current
have
fifth?
commune with nature
Master.
and greater rest. No,
Oh.
commune with nature and greater restoration
yeah.
because we were traveling and Feywild. I figured charms, greater restoration in case anything terrible happened.
That's
You know,
fair.
I was prepped for the Omega Feywild charms is what I was prepped for.
Keep in mind that Greater Restoration does have a material component that costs gold. So I'll say you have enough for 2 castings on you.
Okay, alrighty then.
Because I believe it takes 100 GP worth of diamond dust or something.
Oh Jesus Christ! Okay,
It is not a cheap spell.
understood.
That's why I don't like shit that consumes materials, because you always end out.
Look,
You
If
end
you
up running
got-
out of deck halfway through your spellbook.
look. I'm just saying. Okay, there were like Fomorians with spore cancer and like genital warts. I wasn't about to deal with that, along with Feywild
No,
charms. Okay,
Greater Resto is an excellent spell, especially for the Feywild. You're
Yeah.
not wrong.
that's why I took it. But we might not need it anymore because I'm not, so might want to switch out my spells. I also don't think I get.
Spells that infect the environment at range, because the Feywild sort of stops playing nice with Euclidean physics, or geometry rather, when you get far enough away. So like, am I able to snipe outside of the known universe if I'm in the Feywild, because it just wouldn't go where I want it to?
Well, you have to be aware of your target, and for most situations, see your target.
Yeah. But like,
But if
if
you-
they're far enough away, is it just gonna fuck with the physics and I actually shot it behind me? I just didn't realize it. Like,
You don't know. You don't know enough about the logic of the Feywild to discern that.
Yeah.
That's extremely. There's not been research into arcane magic use in the Feywild.
I wonder why. Maybe because the Feywild.
I wonder
sucks
why.
ass.
Maybe because it tries to kill them every time they do it.
Maybe
every time
because
they
the-
do, they end up in a fucking court. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. with a giant plant lady going, could you not?
Could you maybe like not do
you
that?
you read about what happened last time I was in there.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't having any of that shit.
Uh-huh.
So, do we want to take the long rest here, or do we want to take the long rest in the Feywild? That's
Fuck
your
taking-
next.
Is that a fucking question? We're taking the long rest here. We take it in the
Okay.
Feywild, and the dreams of Dragon's Pass is gonna sit on our faces when we're fucking sitting in there. You
You
kidding
ever seen
me?
the movie Vine?
Look, I was just saying. I mean, it makes no difference for my character. For your character, it might make a difference, but
Yeah.
Your character could go through it, but if we go in there right now, it might turn out that Joe gets thrown to the third dimension. Like,
all right.
You ever
I
seen
guess
the
we're
horror-
taking.
I'm
You ever
just.
seen the horror flick Vines?
No.
It's
Yes.
well, it's about plants that fucking eat people. Spoilers. If we sleep in the Feywild, that's exactly what's happening.
yeah, I don't want to wake
Get
up with
chewed
butterflies
on
crawling
by-
out of my eyes. I'm good.
So when you said when
Okay,
Joe
so-
gets launched to the third dimension, first thing that popped in my head was just like Joe full like arms and legs splayed out with her tail flailing around while in space. I don't know why.
Just cartwheeling through space.
yeah. Just like whee. I guess I live here now.
As I start to go to sleep, I'm gonna turn to Despero and say, "Human, if you would go out hunting for food, Tyre is hungry."
And Despero responds, "Yes, that will not be an issue. However, first, I must search for Vonsog." He does. He turns the heel and goes to look for Vonsog.
Okay.
It's no. It's
Um,
okay. Mel's gonna try and stop him. I can reach him after our long rest. I can.
Sleep, and I will find him in my dreams.
Exactly. Sleep, and I will find him in my dreams.
Would it not be more prudent to inform him of the violence of his neighbors sooner or later?
Human, that's what she means.
I will within 8 hours. I will allow him to know as much as we know now.
That's a really specific time frame, Tree.
Despero blinks
Because-
vacantly. Despero kind of blinks vacantly. He very evidently did not understand that.
Also, from the DM perspective, it's way smarter for Despero to just go tell them, so you don't waste a 5th level spell slot on Vonsog tomorrow morning first thing.
Yeah. There is
I
that
wasn't
too.
planning. I wasn't planning to. I was actually planning animal messenger and just send him a message.
That's also pretty easy, you're right?
Yeah. That was actually.
He-
I have dream for somebody else. I have animal messenger for Vonsog because Vonsog isn't cool enough to get a dream.
I was gonna say I could write a note because I don't trust Despero to pass a message, but I don't think him or the giant can read comments. So it would be a case of the blind leading the blind on that one.
Yeah.
You know, I never decided whether Despero could read. Hey, Chase, do the Voyant have a script?
They do have their own a script that they follow, yes, or like a language that they write in.
Wait.
It's not common.
Okay.
You know
I
what?
have-
You know what?
I
No,
have-
I have a
Oh,
great
look at
idea.
Despero can't read!
I have a fantastic idea. This is going to be great. There's no way this could backfire.
Alright.
Kitchelord had started to lay down on Tyre, and they were both starting to drift off. Where he gets up and realizes the nightmare that could be trusting the tree or the human with this task. And You know what? I like his idea. He can go with them. But first, let me write something down to remind you, and then once you've seen it and you've explained it, hand it to him. And I want to try and do a pictograph representation, because that's the closest thing we can get to the honest truth on what happened if we trust Despero to fucking do it.
Okay,
Honestly,
okay.
Honestly, in my head, I was just going to send Von Sog a dream of you getting fucking lasered from space and
That'll
be
tell
like,
him
"Don't be
nothing.
here."
That doesn't help him at all. He's gonna wake up in a cold sweat thinking, "Oh God, the gods are back." This is why I didn't want to leave it to you.
Like I was gonna, my whole idea, I was gonna do like a dolly zoom cam into the fucking Sherwood
Yeah,
Grove.
she was
and then
gonna do a fucking
pan
phase edit of me getting.
Yeah, exactly.
knocked out the sky.
I want the dolly zoom into the like grove, and then like pan up to the mountains, and then pan to the correct direction towards the town. Show the giant airship firing a fucking laser, and then just Kitchalorn on the ground like gasping like a dead fish. That was the message I was going to
That
send
doesn't
him.
help them at all. I'm instead
And
going
then-
to draw a pictograph trying to get across that there's that town with a vague shape of the map, and then drawing a picture representing bad guys there, and then put a picture of a giant airship firing a big laser above the town.
So we're still sticking with airship firing big
Well,
laser.
that
I
is
feel
important information, but more relevant information is the town is hostile. All you've told them is that there's a bad airship, and if they go there and there's no airship, knowing them, they're gonna feel like, oh, well, the airship's gone. Let's fucking go. over there."
No. I was also going to have the fucking big bronze armor people with fucking angry eyebrows stabbing, like, I don't know, Joe too.
Yeah.
I was gonna have them like fucking stabbing Joe as well.
Hey,
We could
And then
do- we
Mel
could-
and then Mel appearing from the abyss being like, "Don't come here.
What's
There is enemies in the
DM,
wake."
what's
And
the
then
way for me to
just,
do the pictograph and how accurate it is?
Intelligence persuasion.
Intelligent persuasion. You better believe I'm using my last goddamn. I'm doubling up for advantage on this bitch. You better fucking believe.
Despero
This is
sets
gonna
off to
be-
go.
Intelligence persuasion.
You have to figure out what pictograms can remind Despero the right things to say, and that Monsog will also understand.
Nobody
can't
told
believe
Despero
we're-
that
You know
this
what?
drawing
For
thing
the
was
sake of
happening, so
flavor,
he's-
I'm gonna put. Hold on,
Melfia stopped you. Melfia did stop you before. While
For
they
the
were
sake of
discussing
flavor,
it.
I'm gonna do an intelligence performance check. It's the same number, but I feel like that's more accurate. All right.
I can't
I was
believe we're
debating
fucking
between-
playing Pictionary. I can't believe we're fucking playing Pictionary.
Yes.
Can I use the fucking? Am I able to double up that with the other one? The fucking.
The reroll failed save.
Yeah.
It's not a save,
It's not the same.
and I believe
Well,
that thing is only for saves.
What
Can
is it
can
even
Mel
fucking called?
be?
I don't know, but I believe it's Xanathar's guide, right? Or maybe it's Tasha's. I don't know. Anyway, let's go for brevity. Let's go with you rolled a 9.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Can
I'm
Mel
trying to
be
get those
leaning
3
over
ideas.
Kitchalorn? Can Mel be leaning over Kitchalorn's shoulder the entire time, looking at what he's drawing, in the most annoying way possible? Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, of course. And he's drawing. Well, he's drawing a map. It might not be the map, but it is a map.
With mountain range in the fucking town. That's all.
That's all you need on it, really. They're hard to miss. All right, you hand it to Despero, and Despero marches his happy ass off into the mountains. I assume for
I would like.
for
I
ex-
also told Despero to say his version of events.
Uh-huh.
So hopefully somewhere in there we get.
He also told him to
idea.
hunt, so on the way he might just like impale a fucking deer. That is plausible.
Nope. That's the whole reason I was okay with it. There's
Make
animals
a,
out there.
Despero, go ahead and make a survival check if you're gonna hunt while you're out.
Yeah, all right.
Oh my lord.
While I'm doing that, let me do the research.
Hey, we ain't surviving shit.
Shit.
It's fucking
You don't find any animals. You don't find any animals that are not already fleeing you. That you can hunt on your way up the mountain, and you go up a pretty long way. Do you use like spells to make yourself faster at all?
Given that we'll be taking a long rest directly following this, there's no reason why he wouldn't use at least Expeditious Retreat, so I presume he's zooming.
Sure. Okay. So you zoom up the mountains and you kind of arrive like Hermes style in a cloud of dust at a very surprised Von Sog, who like is like halfway to grabbing a javelin before he realizes it's you.
When Despero does the, the Road Rudder Just getting heels on the pavement. Yeah, all that. He stops directly in front of Vonzog and just waves kindly to him. Hello,
He
Vonzog.
kind of cocks his head and waves back. Why are you back, human? Despero, he knows your name.
Well, Zog. He says at first, "Oh, I just came to greet," and then he stops himself, and hands the piece of parchment paper over, but doesn't say anything.
No.
Jesus fuck.
Oh,
You-
no!
Montauk reaches forward and like pinches it between his index and thumb, which are about covering it, and holds it open. He's gonna roll an int check.
Kitch
Oh, no.
Lorne has asked me.
He
to
rolled a
give you-
nat 20.
Hey!
Yeah, he does.
He with a -1 bonus. He kind of looks at it puzzled. Looks at Despero. Looks at this. Nods slowly.
Oh no.
I am unsure why Kitrelorn has asked me to give you that piece of.
He's already
parchment,
forgotten.
but I.
It's fucking
No,
agrees.
he just never looked at it. He like reached his hand out to grab it when he was handed it, but he just never looked at the fucking paper. Like,
he,
oh,
he
Kitrelorn
was
wants me to
already
give this over.
casting e-retreat on himself to zoom the fuck out of there.
Yeah, so he says, I'm unsure why Kitrelorn has asked me to give you that piece of parchment, but I came here to tell you that there are violent men occupying the town, and he gives him a vague sense of where it is.
Sure.
I think, given this development, it would be prudent for you and your people to be careful about where and when you travel and look out for these violent men.
We will keep our eye peeled for these metal-clad men. Thank you, Despero.
You
do
are
qualify for
welcome.
another service.
You are welcome, friend. And he just pats him on the knee a few times because he can't exactly clap him on the shoulder. Then in a
Well,
fucking
like-
flash, just Nyum!
Oh. All right, and you come back. So
do I
you guys
re-
are starting a long rest. Who is taking watch?
I can take watch.
Okay. And given your
Hearth of Moonlight and Shadows, I get a +5.
that's the one.
to-
You get +5 in perception on top of your already very high bonus.
Correct.
So go ahead and roll, Christina, if you would, a perception check with +5 for Malafia. I'm going to take a bite of my burrito.
Tree, I would like you to wake me 4 hours into your shift. I would like to test
25?
something.
That'll about do it. Malafia, as you... One moment.
Hum nom nom.
Tree. Like a century turret, but I'm a century tree.
Mhm. Man, that is some dry pork.
You're
Um,
a tree turret. Huh?
And tree.
Huh?
Dab, dab.
All right.
Shut your face.
Well, so Malafia, as you kind of casually patrol your grove, stepping between the trees, and because this is your grove, you can step outside of your Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow and keep it up. As you kind of patrol your grove, you do catch on the very outskirts, you hear what appear to be horse hooves going up the road, and as you kind of spy on them through the trees, you do notice metal clad golden colored armor, knights and fighters riding atop them, marching east along the road. We'll reshare the map just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Marching east along the road, and they appear to be looking for something, but they don't appear to have found anything.
Okay. I mean, I did cast fucking Pass Without a Trace behind
Yes,
us, and
so
fucking.
you are virtually impossible to track. And
Okay.
it seems that your use of abjuration magic has fooled them.
Excellent. Okay. I'm gonna give the general direction very angry tree eyebrows.
Mhm.
Just be not happy about this whole situation.
Okay. So for the rest of your, do you wait Kitchelorn in the middle of the night?
I do. 4 hours into my shift, I do wake Kitchalorn like he asked.
I get up without waking up Tyir, go to the tree line and pick up a sizable stick, and while looking at Tyir, I snap it to see how he responds.
Oh
Okay.
my fucking.
Like close to him.
Behind the tree line, far enough back that someone would be sneaking there.
Okay. Okay. So he is asleep. So he has -10 to perception checks.
I'm teaching him to sleep lightly when you're out in the field.
He doesn't hear shit. He literally just you hear the gentle breaths of a wyvern who is used to sleeping in a camp protected by a cyclops.
I rub my bleary eyes, walk over and sort of kick his side, and when he wakes up and looks,
He wakes up and
Alright.
like curses you.
if I were an enemy, you'd be dead. I made enough noise to wake you. And
He-
then I
he's-
quote,
He's like looking around.
You should learn to sleep lightly, Wyvern. There are always enemies around. Never trust the tree to keep an eye open. And then I fall back. I literally lean back against him and fall immediately
When-
back to sleep.
When Tyir rolled that perception check, he was within the hearth of moonlight and shadow, so he did get a +5.
So he
for
has
that one.
+5. You're correct. That still doesn't make it very good. He rolled pretty crap.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted, I wanted to give the wyvern a chance, you know.
No,
I want-
good
No,
looking
see,
out.
It's training. It's fine to make a mistake. It's not fine to make a mistake twice.
Yeah.
He'll learn.
Okay. So the rest of your watch goes uneventfully, and I'm going to give you guys a long rest. Ta-da!
I get all of my spell slots back. Yay!
It is driving me nuts because I can't find the fucking thing that I was looking for.
Oh,
The
let me look.
ability. Yeah. I know what you mean.
Because I
Um,
what am I talking about?
I'm pretty
keep
sure it's
looking.
just.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's just failed saving throws.
Yeah, but I
Chase.
need to see it because otherwise I'm gonna forget about it when I fuck up a saving throw.
Chase,
up,
I'm
Nikki?
having a little bit of an issue because I researched Dream and it is a 5th level druid spell, but I don't see it on the druid spell list on D&D Beyond. Am I stupid or am I losing
That-
my mind?
No, you're damn right. I don't see it either. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
It doesn't because it is 100% a 5th level spell, and it says druid on the spell thing. It says it's castable by druids, so I don't know
It
what's
is
happening.
Circle of the Land Druid. You know what? No, that's stupid. You can have it.
Thank you, Jesus.
That's definitely a druid spell.
Thank you. I'm literally the fucking dream druid. I'm the Feywild druid.
Yeah, you're
druid. This
circle.
should
You're
be
literally
my
Circle
shit.
of Dreams. It doesn't make
Yeah,
doesn't make
like-
any fucking sense. Yeah, plus
This
I
is
want you
my
to fuck with
shit.
Aridin, so
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to communicate my confusion.
yeah, no, that's fucking stupid.
Wait, what was stupid? Sorry, there was someone at the door.
Dream is not a druid spell natively, not even to Circle of Dreams.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
The
dumb.
circle of dream druid doesn't get dream,
But Circle of Land gets it, which is
Yeah,
extra
which is
dumb. Bard,
extra
Warlock,
stupid.
Wizard, Circle of Land. That's it. Whatever. Yeah, you can have it. That's stupid.
Thank you. Please let me. Damn it. When I awaken, I'm going to burn my 5th level spell slot for that, and then I will write you in detail what I want to happen, and if I need to show up to whatever
Okay, the target
section you
must
want
be
me
on
to
the
show up
same
to
plane
for
of
it.
So the target must be on the same plane of existence as you, except with the caveat that you can send messages from the Feywild to the Rematerial plane.
Yes,
Uh,
because
I'm
my
gonna
tree
add
is in
that
both.
because That's how you do that.
Yeah.
Creatures that don't sleep, such as elves, can't be contacted by this spell. You or if the target is asleep, the messenger appears in the target's dreams and can converse with the target as long as it remains asleep. Okay. Do you cast this right now?
Should I wait until nighttime when I've spent time with Aridin. Do I know if he sleeps?
You know that he doesn't sleep at all.
Oh shit, that's right. I
However-
think dream.
I'm gonna give you some meta knowledge and say cast it right now.
Okay, I'm gonna cast it right now.
That's what it was. Okay, it was magical guidance. Let me read what the fuck it does.
I will cast it right now.
Okay.
Like right
Like the moment I wake up and I know that I have the spell capable of casting, I'm gonna cast it.
All right. Go ahead and write me what you're gonna do.
Well, I will.
and
I haven't fully prepped that, but I will after today's session. I will
Cool,
write
that's
you
fine.
exactly what I'm planning. Okay.
So
I've burned the spell slot already.
let's
for
see who's
you,
in this.
so-
Who's in this party? Austin, quiet.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Yeah. So the other party is currently in the Praloom Dynasty, inside a slave camp, ripping shit up. But Eridan got captured by an interrogator, by a kind of somewhere between Grand Moff Tarkin and the Nazi from fucking Quentin Tarantino.
Inglorious Bastards.
Glorious Bastards?
Inglorious Bastards.
Inglourious Basterds?
Christoph Waltz's character from that.
Oh, okay, yeah. What was it?
Yeah, the
the
German,
Jew
somewhere
hunter.
somewhere between Christoph Waltz's character and Grand Moff Tarkin is the personality that's here, and
Mhm.
he captured Eridan, and right now, which there's some things that line up right now. Eridan is unconscious because he got sleep darted.
Excellent. Good.
So he is
Eridan's
actually,
getting-
for once in his fucking life, asleep.
I think with the
And
dream, the
he
thing is, I think that I distinctly remember that if the target cannot sleep, they get like a feeling that it's been cast on them, and they can choose to go into a trance to receive. the
Are you
dream.
trying to describe a magical voicemail? Is that what you're trying
Yes,
to describe?
pretty much. Yes. Yes. I
Also,
am.
Chase, I checked. Magical guidance is just when an ability check fails.
Oh, an ability check. Interesting.
So
That's-
if specifically when it fails, so if you do your dice and it says, "Nah, that ain't it," then the equivalent of divine guidance, except for it's me saying, "No."
Not today, Chief.
Oh, if the target is awake when you cast the spell, the messenger knows it and can either end the messenger, the person you or the person you designate know it and can end the trance. Or can wait for the target to fall asleep, which yuck. Yeah, so the target is unaware that you cast it if they're awake.
I imagine some dude's like, "Hold on, I got a message. Could you just real quick?" And his buddy's like, "Yeah, I got it." He just fucking decks him.
Bonk. Yeah, knocks that out. All right. Okay, so you cast Dream, and you'll deal with that in a bit. All
In a
right.
bit.
It's a new day. You guys are happy and healthy, except for Tyr, whose stomach is rumbling.
Because
And
someone sucks.
He kind of looks around for meat, and you guys eat like dry rations mostly. And Joe, as you feast upon your meaty rations, Tyr's kind of like stalking up behind you. He's not very good at it, but he's stalking.
You're getting the full puppy eyes experience. Bitch. Get ready.
Yeah, you notice him with your passive perception.
Joe's gonna turn and she's gonna like let out one of those low alligator growls.
The bellow.
The
Yeah.
big bellow.
I'm gonna go over next to Tyr and sort of put my hand on his head and say, "You must ask for things with decorum." And I give Joe a very small bow, and I'm looking at her, trying to get across that I'm just doing this to teach. There's zero subservience here. What Tyr intends, Lizard, is to ask to share your rations. Were he to catch something later, I am certain he would reciprocate.
Tyr just licks his lips. You can see that the kind of snake-like tongue, just like, oh. He's giving you puppy dog eyes as much as he can.
She'll
I
roll
am
her
not.
eyes and sigh because she knows Kindred Learn's gonna give her shit if she doesn't do it. And she'll toss over a bit of rations. Not probably a ton for his size, but still some.
It's a reasonable chunk of meat, and Tyr snatches it the second it hits the ground, and hungrily devours it.
Joe's will just go
He
back
looks up to
eating.
Kitchelorn and then kind of turn, and with a kind of surprising spark of intelligence, turns to Joe and kind of gives you a slow blink.
He thanks you. I go back and sit down and wrap myself in my wings and continue eating.
You see, Control, and you see Tyre kind of give one sidelong glance at the rest of her rations pack, and then start walking back towards you.
Glow will give like. Does she see him look at her ration pack?
After you kind of huff back to eating, you're not looking directly at him, and it's literally just a twitch of his eyes.
I'm gonna go ahead and just greed, while in a dragon's nature, should not be shown. Otherwise, your enemies are on guard, Tyre.
He kind of nervously swallows, and you see the tip of his tail flicking in agitation before he kind of lays down next to you.
Yeah. As long as the lizard didn't notice, doesn't matter. No harm, no foul. He'll get him next time.
He got caught by you, and he knows it.
Hey, he's a dragon. I get all them checks. Good fucking luck.
All right. I think I took a pretty decent combat utility spell set today, so I will see how this goes.
So, what is the plan?
Well, we've warned the homie that people at the bottom of the mountain who are not fucking homies are about. So now I believe we can go back into the Feywild now that we're not liable to get eaten by the plants. Well,
Is that the plan, to go back into the Feywild and go back to Titania?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is the plan.
While they're talking about that, I get up and sort of crack them. All right, time to go save the drow.
All right.
Right. I believe we need to first speak to Titania again before we go rushing headlong into. What was that place called again? The ancient city, or the ruins? The ruins.
Osana Lynn.
Osana Lynn.
The ruins of Osana Lynn.
Yeah.
You are
Before we
right,
go
Tree.
rushing
I'm
back to
sure
Osana.
that she could give us directions to the drow.
Oh, I can give you directions to the drow. I meant that she might have other things for us to do. The whole point is that we are helping her with the war effort. Is that not the case?
We'll do that too, I suppose. Fine.
Mel nods.
For the first time since you've seen him, I'm actually eager to do anything that the tree wants, and I'm waiting by the tree, just sort of trying. The only thing showing is that I'm tapping my foot, and my wings are kind of twitching at their tips.
Alright.
Like a dog waiting to be let outside.
Yeah.
Tyre comes up next to you and is kind of like sensing the enthusiasm. He's like, "Walkies? We're going on a walk?"
Tail wag? Like fucking
Yeah.
poison tipped tail wag?
Oh, God.
The downside, Tyre, is that we have to go back into the Feywild, so it's a good thing you didn't eat too much this morning. The upside, though, is that I get to teach you about the drow.
He just looks at you with cocked head.
While they're doing whatever the fuck they're doing to get ready, I'm just going to lean down and start giving him a beginner's course on the drow. In Draconic, so the only person that can understand.
Sure. Yeah, Lizard and Tyre.
And Joe at this point literally does not care.
I couldn't imagine a world where I only said that just because it is technically true. I couldn't imagine a world where Joe gave a single shit what I was telling you.
Yeah, it's true.
Joe don't give a shit.
I'm
Okay.
gonna open up that portal.
All right. So you prepare. It's less of a spell for you and more of just kind of a natural transition as this is your duty.
Mm-hmm.
And you assemble inside inside the kind of core of Melifia's Ebwin, her tree in the grove here. And with that same kind of upside down, twisty turny feeling, everything's the same. Oh, but you're definitely in the Feywild. Okay, that's cool.
That was much nicer, Tree.
Turns out it's a lot easier to do it when there's only like 4 people and a giant lizard instead of, Tyre. Instead of.
Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta specify on that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of giant lizards.
Instead of 25 additional random passengers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So you guys are back in the Feywild. You are back in, and as you, Malafia, as you step out of your tree, you sense that you are on the boughs of the Arbor Exemplar.
Oh, that's fucking convenient.
And as you guys step out, the first thing you notice is this droning, buzzing sound. And it kind of cycles in and out. And you look ahead and you see a giant, for lack of a better term, swarm of winged, very large winged insects. With kind of dragonfly-like wings extending from their backs, beating very fast and holding their otherwise vaguely humanoid shaped, like 2 arms, 2 legs, or 4 arms, 2 legs, or 6 arms, 2 legs, or some combination thereof.
Oh, I
Bodies.
do not like that tree. Are those bad? Can we kill them?
They are flying perpendicular to your line of sight, and they appear to be circling the outside of the Arbor Exemplar.
Do they
And-
look like the cavalry troops, or do they look like Titania's troops, or do they look like somebody else's?
They look like
troops?
Titania's.
Okay. Oh no, those are. Do I know what they're called? Are they like
They're
a
called
cavalry
animates.
formation?
They're called
Animates.
animates. That's like their race, the animates. They are
Yeah.
They are animated, awakened creatures, typically insects that Titania uses as, or has the capability to use as a force should she need them.
No, those are Titania's troops, animates.
I do not
She-
like animates. They didn't have those the last time.
You actually did see a swarm of them last time.
Oh well.
On second
They-
thought, that
It's worth,
totally
it's worth
happened
noting that
last
wasn't the last time I was referring to. Did
Sure.
they have those?
No.
Okay.
But the last, while you guys were just in the Feywild, you saw a swarm of them take off nightward from the Arbor Exemplar as you were approaching.
Yeah. I'm so sure you saw them last time you were here. Literally a day ago.
That's not what I was referring to, Tree.
Oh.
I walk forward with a very wary look as I'm sort of looking left and right as I go.
As you step out of the tree, you are greeted by a familiar kind of lilac-looking knight wearing knightly armor named Froderick.
Ah, hi, Froderick.
He comes out of he steps out of the tree just like you would, and greetings, Lady Melifia, Guardian. Greetings, Melifia's charge. I am glad to see you've rejoined us. It has been some time.
How long has it been, Sir Froderick?
By my calculations, it has been no fewer than 21 starfalls.
Is that like 21 days?
Yeah.
Okay.
It
Oh, it has been a while.
You'll have to clarify. Is that in here or out where it matters?
Oh, no. Time passes differently here in the Feywild than it does in the material plane. It has
Well,
been
I
21
suppose-
days here.
I suppose, since your original entry into the Feywild, it has been 21 starfalls in the prime material.
Oh,
We wasted near a month in here.
Yeah, so it's been 3 weeks since you entered the Fane of Water.
Well, everyone back home thinks Joe's probably dead.
I
Whoops.
imagine
Yeah.
that's not a new sentiment for them to have. I imagine Joe goes off on long missions fairly often, given her temperament.
Well, maybe. Depends on what they think. If they think the mission went
Yeah.
well or not.
Well, which home do you mean?
Oh no,
At the Blackbone Brigade?
Yeah, the Black Bone.
Okay, yeah. Well, you guys never returned, so I assume I would think that they assume that you've been killed by whatever wrecked those
After
merchants.
this long, probably yeah.
I
And
mean,
if
it will
we-
hardly matter when we invariably show up at the door like, hey, what's up?
Upside,
Hey,
though,
it's
there
been a
may
month.
potentially be reinforcements if any of them are competent.
Also, it could be another month when we pop out again. So, oh boy.
correct.
Yeah. So rules of the Feywild also include that whenever you enter or exit, a semi-random amount of time passes,
Mhm.
and you can in fact go backwards in time if you're
Yep.
very very lucky. Melifia, this is not a particularly well-known side effect, nor is it a particularly common one to lose a bunch of time. But due to the volume of the
People,
creatures
yeah.
that you brought through,
Yeah.
Also, it's a way for me to get your the two campaigns calendars to line up again.
Yeah, yeah. I figured that was what was happening, Chase. That's why I just accepted it hand and foot.
So I like how you left yourself an out of rewinding the clock. If someone's like, "Wait, didn't that happen a week ago?" and you're like, "Ah, but you see."
But you see the
Precisely.
Feywild.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
See, Chase,
'Cause
I
I
just love
still-
hand.
Fucking
I love
year and a
handing you
half
ads
into
on
this
this one.
campaign. Yeah. A year and a half into this fucking campaign, I still have not got the calendar written out.
I want a Feywild grenade that I throw it at an enemy and they roll a D100 to decide when they reappear.
Oh God.
That's one of the hidden legendary items. You give your players super early on a gun that disintegrates people, but what it's really doing is shooting them into the future, all to a predetermined date, and they just reappear out of the gun at that time.
I just want I'm gonna get that gun and carve into the side, "Dear future me."
Okay, so you guys are in the Feywild, and you are greeted by Frederick.
Yeah.
What do?
What do? I have returned as promised. We are here to help Queen Titania with the fight against the Fomorians.
And to help the drow.
Well, both of your concerns are valid, and Titania has been pushed to her limits, keeping the corruption back. You can see that the animates are being created at a unprecedented rate, and we need them. They're getting slaughtered almost faster.
Can't imagine
Why
why
does she
anyone
need
would want
us?
to kill those things.
Me neither.
Can-
They
can-
are delightful. They are delightful beasts.
Bella's gonna kick fucking Kitchelorn in the ankles, like, shut the fuck up, like, don't be a dick, you know?
Don't worry, Tree. They don't understand sarcasm.
I understand it perfectly well. And he just beams at you with this big old smile.
Despero does opine at this point. What is sarcasm?
And you've killed the mood. Lead on, Knight.
Very well. He turns around and the tree just splits in front of him. Do you guys follow him up to the chambers of Queen Titania?
Mel does. Mel
Okay.
absolutely does.
Okay.
I don't know about
I am
everyone else.
required by the natures of this reality to stay near the tree.
Yeah, we're pretty
That's
much
fair.
stuck to the tree at this point.
Okay, I will reshare Titania's picture just because I can. So as you guys re-enter the kind of wall of plant matter and the very core of the Arbor Exemplar, where Titania resides, she is visibly different. She is visibly withered and stressed looking. The Fae aren't particularly good at hiding their emotions a lot of the time. Or rather, they're good at hiding their emotions on their face, just not on their body. And even for an archfey, you see her looking relatively haggard. She, as you enter, Frederick kind of waves and stops you for a moment. As you can see, she's arms up, and her body is now being pushed out of the wall by these extended vines and roots and twisting plants. Christina, think like the Sylvari homeland from Guild Wars 2, the mother
Yeah.
tree or whatever she's
Yeah.
called. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see her extend her fingers above her into the air, and this blast of magic kind of spirals up from her in a sudden surge, and through the boughs of the tree, and then from the inside of this massive hollow of the trunk of the tree, you see just dozens and dozens of little cocoons break off the wall, and as they fall, those animates just sprout out of them and fly up into the air, exiting the top of this hollow. And as she,
I'm
Go ahead.
Kitchlord mutters under his breath, I'd hate to see the other guy.
The queen eventually kind of looks down at you, and as a note, the other seats in this court are empty. Jokaz, her ranger general, is not here, and Hermescent is also not here. Notably, Hermescent was also kind of the same basic body type as most of these insect animates. She was the commander of the insect knights. Samath is also in the room. He is in the room though, and he's just kind of in the corner, using what appears to be some kind of scrying orb. Hands open around a big crystal ball. Titania looks down and greets you. Welcome back to the Feywild, Melifia.
I've returned.
She dips her head to you just a little bit, just enough to acknowledge your presence.
Full bow, like full fucking curtsy bow, just all the way down.
I look at Tyre expectantly.
He like looks at you kind of side-eyed and like puts his head down.
I mirror the gesture in the show of solidarity. How are the front lines, Titania?
Her focus shifts to you, and you can feel her presence again. Not quite as powerfully as you felt it before, but you can certainly tell you've got her attention. The front lines. It's been a long time since I've used such terminology. We Archfey are not accustomed to, I suppose, what you would call conventional warfare. The front lines have barely been established, and as such, were immediately run over. The Fomorian threat is greater than we ever imagined, and in the time you have been away has advanced significantly. We have built a fortification. I have grown a fortification that the Ranger General Jokaz now holds to the duskward side of the Arbor Exemplar, where they barely hold on. I send animates there as fast as I can, and they are yet defeated. Something drives these Fomorian, these rotten beasts, these mindless aggressors. They have already overrun the Garden Throne, although Nyx's survival is assured. For possibly the first time in my life, I do not know what to do. My late husband, the Fool, was the only one of us good at conventional warfare, and look what it bought him. The dragon took his name.
I perk up immediately. I'm sorry. Wait, what?
Oberon? Is that?
Oberon.
I know that's. Yeah, I know.
You know
Oberon. Yeah,
Oberon.
I know. Yeah.
Don't think I've forgotten your last visit here, Drake.
They promised me an exit. They brought me to your court instead.
It matters not.
For
The
what it
past.
is worth, lady, I can respect you backing your people up in this. I can see, even with normal eyes, that this wears on you.
She got a slow blink, bows her head a little bit. It does. I am unaccustomed to taxing myself this much.
How many hard points still stand?
2. There's one left on either front. We have been infiltrated. The Sun Prince's domain has also fallen, part of it, to a fast-spreading corruption. He sends his loyal Archfey, if you could call him that, to slow their progress, but I fear he will not be successful. The last time Redfeather was strong enough to combat them was when Melifia's Grove was under attack. And he has unfortunately dwindled since then. So we are pressed from both sides, and King Didal does nothing to aid us.
Didal's not
Perhaps we
helping.
should. Didal is under no compulsion to help. His realm appears to be untouched. And he harbors no softness in his heart for us. Perhaps we should take King Didal's point of view, the harsh brutality of winter and accepting that which you cannot defeat, and living with it instead.
You can
Or
dress up.
perhaps I should take Nyx's philosophy and accept that all things must come to an end, and perhaps our time here is done.
You can dress up cowardice and fancy words, but that king needs to step in.
She smirks. I have no doubt that you would say that to his face as well, but I advise you not.
I'm fine with one court per Fae visit.
I have sent emissaries to Didal nonetheless, hoping that he changes his mind as he is wont to do. A Fae is fickle as the tide, utterly predictable in his unpredictability.
Which hard point is closer to the source of the corruption?
It is difficult to say which source is the source at this point. Duskward side has the more severe corruption at the time being, but Sunward is growing rapidly at a pace we cannot hope to match. They consume everything in their path. Plant, animal, Fae, animate.
So it is equally bad in both directions. So our assistance would be needed in both.
West and north, yeah.
West and east.
Oh, west. I thought Didal was north.
Didal is north. West. Didal's
Sunward
north.
is west.
Sunward is west. Duskward is east. You
Is
need
east.
Duskward and east and Sunward.
Oh, okay, okay.
Melifia
Sorry, that
actually.
north is seaward. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna update something for you, Nikki.
Oh, am I getting a DM? Oh shit!
You
I'm
are.
getting a private message. Oh shit! I'm so cool.
In an effort to sway our decision between two equal choices, which direction holds the drow?
Duskward.
Duskward.
Duskward and Seaward. It's northeast of you. So, Nikki, this is an updated map. You may let me send you the old one for comparison as well. That might
Okay.
be helpful. Do I not have just the fucking Feywild? There we go.
I know it's a long shot in the Feywild, but do you have something that resembles a war map?
Due to the nature of the region, no. She touches Melifia, she reaches down with a single, like, weird plant tendril and just kind of presses into Melifia's head. It's kind of weird, like, alien looking, like, the vine pieces are actually reaching through cracks in Melifia's head and body as she just completely encompasses Melifia.
Okay. Chase, I might be stupid, but I see no difference in that map. Oh, there's more darkness. I see the corruption.
I look at the whole exchange and just sort of shake my head and this shit again.
Yeah, I see that now. Sorry, but look, I see that. Yeah, I see that. I have. Yeah,
There
I
you
see
go.
that. Sorry, I was playing Spot the Difference, and I was not winning is what was happening.
Sorry, it's all right. So you can see on that, Nikki, there's two points
Yep.
that are look like walls because that's the token that I had. That is some greasy fucking salami. Jesus Christ. And that is not a euphemism.
So I've switched entirely into war management mode. So I turned to Tanya and so, lady, you say that to one side they grow in a pace we cannot match. How long until they outpace us?
I fear they will become insurmountable. Well, it depends entirely upon the contribution of the Sun Prince and his pet.
I don't like how you said pet.
The Sun Prince has bound to him an archfey of ill repute by the name of Blaze Redfeather. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm writing this down.
Blaze Redfeather, yeah. If Redfeather is able to fulfill his bargain and prevent the corruption from advancing further towards the Sun Prince's court, the Solar Throne, then I fear the brunt of their attack will be focused on the Summer Court. If Blaze were to fail, the bulk of the Fomorian forces in the region would mindlessly divert seaward towards the Solar Throne. To our duskward, they expand mindlessly in all directions. They have, like I said, consumed the area surrounding the Garden Court, though I still sense Nyx's presence. And they are pushing the borders of Osana Lin. The topography of the land does not hinder them in any way, leading to my creation of an experimental flying version of my animates. And we here are protected by one excellent protector whose name I shall not invoke due to not being an emergency at this precise moment.
Do I know who she's talking about?
Make a history check for me. So, Christina,
Okay.
if you would. You've never met this. Well, that's pretty good. So you know that part of his pact with Titania is that to invoke his name is to summon him to defend the Arbor Exemplar, and then his pact is complete.
So it's a
don't say his
one-time
name
deal,
aloud.
kind of.
Yeah, don't say his name aloud, but his name is Nuruzo the Hydra. And I'll just show you a picture. I will show you a picture of him because he looks fucking dope.
Must be some serious. Holy shit.
Huh.
Oh, he is dope as fuck. Is he huge?
Yeah.
Okay.
He is
find it
less
cool.
intimidating if he was the size of a rat. Yeah.
He is gargantuan, yes.
I find it cool that he can be invoked just by saying his name.
Yeah.
I'm going to ignore that because that's useless to me as from the tactical side point. Say, the Animats, what armaments do you have them bring in? They're airborne. How much of the corruption can fly?
The corruption has been shown to adapt quite readily to anything we have thrown at it. So anything they bring will oftentimes be turned back against us. The Animats are more than capable fighters of their own creation. as is the predatory and predator-prey relationship of insects. Why, one of the reasons I chose them. Their hardy construction serves a great purpose to make them frontline troops. The armaments they bring are their own.
Have you considered giving them bombs to drop on them?
Bombs. We don't.
We don't do bombs.
We don't do
okay?
bombs, okay?
Basically,
we don't...
yeah. Basically, we don't debase ourselves with such violent arcane magics.
All
I
due
want to note
respect,
briefly
but there's
that-
no greater debasement than losing to a corruption.
I want to note briefly that Despero has walked away from the rest of the group.
All right,
Okay.
yeah, I have no doubt that he just fucking wandered off.
Are you still within the court, or are you trying to leave the court?
No, he's still within the court, but specifically, his distractibility has led him closer to Samath. You said Samath was peering into an orb, right?
Yeah, he's on.
Yeah,
he'll
so
be on
Moth-
the first deck, and he's got his hands around kind of a Palantir-sized orb on a table.
Yeah, so straight up moth flame shit.
Mhm.
He's standing a respectable distance away from Samath so as not to distract him and maybe get annihilated or something, because he didn't know what the fuck he's capable of. But he's staring fixedly at that orb.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
All right. Why do I have a +5? That shouldn't be there. I'm assuming at some point somebody cast something. All right, here we go. Oh, you know what? That was eagle shit. That was giant eagle shit.
Ah, yeah.
Well,
But
Yeah,
you
you
can't
are-
find your way up there.
Just utterly moth flame, just staring like, what the fuck is he doing?
cool, sick. Anyway, y'all are having a conversation. I'm sorry.
What was the last question, Devin?
She turned down the idea of bombs.
Ah,
and
yeah.
She said it was debasing, and I said it's pretty debasing to get corrupted as well.
Okay, you know what? Go ahead and make an insight check for me, Devin. I know this will
What are
go
my
fantastic.
chances? Let's go, boys. Oh my god.
Why?
Nat 20. Ooh, boy. In a moment of rare insight into for Kitchelorn, she's not she's not lying. She is too proud to debase herself to use arcane magic. More importantly, she's not capable of it. Her power is extremely limited to druidic magic. She's an extremely powerful, like demigod level natural caster, but she cannot cast certain things. There are certain things that she cannot create. There are certain elements she cannot use.
I guess you wouldn't expect a hurricane to throw a fireball at you.
Right.
I just sigh and say, if you're asking for help, then we can bring things to the table that you cannot.
Indeed, that is why I requested you return to us. I see the weaknesses of my sister and I, and the Sun Prince, Didal, I'm not sure I know enough about.
Does your
We will
court
welcome
have
any
no
help.
artificers?
Artificers are an artifact, if you will, of the material. And here, where so much material is immaterial, and she kind of waves her hand, and all the flowers on the wall just completely turn to their other side, and they're all black, and you're all just surrounded by darkness for a second as everything comes back. Do not let your petty sensibilities tell you what is right and wrong in the Feywild.
I have my opinions on right and wrong, but I have pretty solid objective opinions on the subject of winning a war. You need to bring something that they're not expecting and make it so that they can't use it. A disintegrating weapon that hopefully takes the enemy along with it.
I do welcome your advice. You have fought in more wars than I have.
Unfortunately. But you should
Agreed.
have an entire host of drow that are trapped here, and they are good at fighting things that corrupt.
I have sensed the presence of these drow, and they wield magic not of the Feywild, but also of the Feywild. They're a strange bunch.
It's a real abstract kind of magic. I'm sorry I had to.
How strong is the mind of this corruption in each soldier?
I have not personally encountered any of them that can withstand my presence for more than an instant.
Then you have a potential camp of very useful commandos just sitting in a ruin behind your lines.
Then I suggest you make them of use to us.
Duskward it is, then.
Be
Duskward.
prudent for us to also see if we can shore up since we're heading Duskward anyway, shore up the camp, fortress, line, Duskward as well.
That is
Tree, how
appropriate.
far north is this drow ruin? Because we could hit them with a flank and get them some reprieve.
It could
Pretty
take
far
you
north.
with Melifia's aid. You guys could get there within 2 days. Long rest.
Yeah.
The fortification Duskward of you is less than a day.
So we could
But
hit
it
the
is-
fortification and then go straight north.
Yeah, the fortification is directly Duskward of you, and the Osana Inn is more seaward than Duskward.
This is a question about the Feywild because I just simply don't know. Could I, if I know where I'm going and if I have directions for it, is it stable enough that I can make it there on my own?
Probably
would be-
not.
Probably not is the answer. Yeah.
Okay, so strategy that is better than ass. That could potentially fuck us, but it seems like we're pretty much at the what's the next card in the deck part of this particular strategy. We could go to the fort, assess the situation. If we're able to fortify it, fantastic. If it's an ongoing fight, drop off Deathbro and Joe and bomb out north as fucking fast as we can go.
You
But if
take you. I could take if they're staying there. Where you said that Hermescent was on one line and
Zhokaz is on the other.
Zhokaz was the other.
Her-
Who's on the Duskward end again?
Hermescent.
Hermescent? Okay. We could probably, if you really wanted to, we could probably leave those two with Hermescent. And they, as long as they don't fucking stray too far away, they might not get lost. As long as they stick with Hermescent.
we could, well, okay, or we could do it the other way. You three head out that way. Hermescent leads me there.
Hermescent
Hermescent
wouldn't
isn't-
leave. Wouldn't
Yeah,
leave
Hermescent
the
wouldn't leave the
line.
front line. She's the commander of the Animates.
Oh.
Yeah,
oh.
she wouldn't leave the front lines. And also, she's not a guardian, so she doesn't. Her job isn't to guide people. Her job is to be the Autumn Knight, which is a different skill set entirely.
It's a pretty lofty title.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn to the deciding factor and say, Lizard, how much experience do you have with holding a fort?
How much experience does Joe have with holding a fort?
Well, you have certainly held what I would hesitate to call a fortification, but I would call an outpost maybe with your time with the lizard folk against several attacks of native creatures, non-native creatures, undead, Parloom Dynasty people. You've held positions before.
Okay. I've held my
That's the extent of it though. Is growing up.
I've held my ground against things before, but I can fight if I need to fight.
We need more than just one fighter. We need someone that knows how to fight dirty.
If you're talking
I'm
about
talking
traps.
I'm talking about traps. I'm talking about ambushes. I'm talking burning those sons of bitches alive.
I
You
mean,
know Joe, you know who'd be a great help with that?
Mm.
Someone you hadn't talked to in years.
He's not here though.
But you have no idea where he is.
I can, if you want, I can get him here.
I
Joe
don't.
has no idea where
I
he
have
is.
no idea where he is right now. No,
Okay.
no, he can't. As much as he would be great with helping with this, that is a no-go.
Does
Some-
commune with nature work between planes?
I know
Nope.
some.
Necessarily.
No.
I know of
Yeah.
somebody, but one, I haven't seen or spoken to them in a long time, and I do not know where they lie at the moment.
Well, this is all a moot point if they can't make it.
Well, I can
Tanya,
use.
what's the timing looking like before either hard point falls?
The corruption grows by the day, and in new and interesting ways each time. I am somewhat morbidly intrigued by the possibility of what it will create next.
Well, while you're
To give you a
here,
truthful answer, I do not know.
Oh, good. Well, if they're taking your tactics and throwing it back, and you're able to modify what creatures you send to the front line, try to use your general's advice about where they can do the most good and modify them accordingly. That's the best advice I can give, not knowing anything else.
Of course. I have created a batch of particularly hard-headed ones to try and shore up Jokaz's line already.
And if these things are truly mindless, realize that fear might be a better weapon, even if it doesn't hit hard. If it scares the shit out of the enemy, they can't do much.
I'm not sure they've ever shown fear. When they attack, the reports of the displaced spirits that have come to my care have all claimed it was just a horde. A wave. Pushed by something unimaginable.
Well, with that ringing endorsement, I figure we need to be on the front line and figure out how bad things really are.
How does this sound as a potential path? We could head duskward and help shore up Hermescent's line, move to see if we could get the Drow to assist, and then perhaps, and I fear saying this, but see if we could potentially convince Didal to assist in the war effort as well, and head further seaward.
That would be great, but my concern lies in Didal's ability to complete his mission. By the time we get there, I figure that coin's already been flipped.
Didal is certainly not lacking in ability or influence. His influence spreads far wider than mine, in fact. I believe you encountered one of his subjects on your way here, I believe. I already said I believe.
Which one?
An elemental.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Just to show you his range. Didal has influence over even the rivers in this domain.
You talking about Laquaxis?
Yes, we're talking about Laquaxis.
Yeah.
Laquaxis did say that only creatures of the sea and of the Winter Court may pass. So that was Didal's servant.
Am I the only one that sees the irony in water against a tide?
He is unpredictable, but if we could get him to not necessarily assist us, but even fight for himself, then we may be in a better position by far.
We can swing there last, but if that fails on the initial journey, then all we've done is waste time. If we go there last and he starts feeling pressured, he's more likely to help us.
That was the plan, though, is head duskward, shore the fort with Hermescent, see to the Drow on the way over, and then see if we can get an audience with Didal to change his mind.
A question, Titania. could you potentially shift the line so that the corruption has a path to his domain?
It is flooding past his domain, is it not? It is
Yeah.
already.
It has not yet reached his domain.
Mm.
It is on its way there. The seaward side grows weaker with the taking of the Garden Throne.
Well, then,
The
truly,
Wild
you might
Isles.
be onto something.
The Wild Isles are not. I assume that the Wild Isles are not yet corrupted, though it is entirely possible my eyes do not reach there. Nyx's gift of sight perhaps would be able to tell you more about the Wild Isles, but she is contained for now. The corruption spreads seaward as it does landward.
Pressure's mounting. Didal will have to make a decision eventually. If we could sway that decision, then we might stand a chance
That
of
could be
actually
valuable.
winning this.
That could be valuable.
You
I
said
would
that
not
they
trust
eat.
his- Go ahead.
No, it's more important than you finish. Mine's a separate thought.
Well, I lost my train of thought anyway. Sorry. Oh, there we go. His help could be valuable, but I would not rely on the surety of his help even once he agrees.
I understand, but we must take any chance we can at this point. Right?
Your sense of optimism is inspiring.
Titania, I don't mean this as a disrespect, because honestly, you seem like the best example of your kind. But your sister monarchs are just the worst.
Yeah, wait, I can kill it, dude.
Her expression doesn't change, but you can tell she's smiling. Just a little bit.
You said that this corruption consumes the land. I'm presuming that is in the more traditional sense of keeping their armies fed and moving.
In some degree, yes. In another, it is just rot and decay and entropy.
Then, as a test, if your forces must retreat, burn the ground behind them. It'll starve out mortal troops just the same as rot. Rot doesn't take an ash.
What is burned can be regrown.
It could be regrown quite well, but you'll find that there's no mushrooms in a fire.
None of my creations have been given the authority to burn, to destroy my forests, to destroy my groves and my land. That would be a crime against the Feywild itself.
I am aware of your sensibilities, but a crime committed in an empire that no longer exists does not matter. If anything, claim that the outsiders forced you to take such a tactic, proved their worth, whatever. I'll be gone in a week.
I shall consider such drastic measures. Should my animates be given the chance to fall back, they are not accustomed to taking it.
Every force
But her
needs a
method-
rear guard.
But her Messent has better combat sensibilities than I. Bring the idea up with her when you see her. That is all I shall say on the matter. I am uncharacteristically weary.
Get some sleep. An army suffers most when its commander is tired.
I appreciate your concern, but sleep is for mortals. And she begins she begins kind of twisting her hands above her head again.
All right. We best get going. We have little time.
All right.
Somebody please get your damn nephew. Despero's still looking at the fucking orb.
Wait, question. Actually, do they have this? I don't know if it's even for Titania. I'm gonna ask like a knight nearby. Do you have any stables?
He just looks at you like, what? Just utterly confused.
I think he
Something that
requires a
look-
mount.
a saddle. Just I don't need the mount. Keep the mount. I don't want a fey mount. That no, but a saddle would be great.
Froderick is the one next to you guys. He's kind of your escort. We do not enslave beasts to do our traveling for us.
Oh yeah, the moral high ground. I forgot how much I didn't like this place. Can you grow? Can you grow a saddle? Have you seen a saddle? Do you understand what I mean?
He's losing it.
You know what? I'm going to say no. He's never seen a saddle before.
They can't just say no. None of you can say no. The tree has to say 5 sentences to say that it's time for a meal. I'm already walking away. I'm just.
I can.
muttering.
Do I? Is Jared's character just staring into the fucking?
Yeah,
into Samath's orb?
he's just walked away about 40 feet to your right, just kind of like glassy eyed at this orb.
Is it Samath's fucking scrying orb that he's staring at?
Yeah.
He's not seeing anything. He's just all big shiny.
Yup.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go wrangle the nephew.
Sure.
While I'm passing by Samath, I'm going to potentially ruffle some feathers. Samath, I heard that you took one of the Cyclopses, the elderly one. Is she still doing well?
She is doing as well as she can be. She has asked to stay here.
Figured that was the case.
Her destiny lies here now with the Arbor Exemplar, as do so many of her sisters.
Vague and unhelpful. Okay.
Just like
exactly
the
what the Fey. Just like the Feywild. Vague and unhelpful. Thank you. I understand. I'll just be taking the lost one on his way, and I'm gonna loop my arm around fucking the fucking nephew and just drag him away.
Upon arm contact, Despero says, "Oh, hello, Melifia." Like he just noticed when she touched him that she was there.
Time for us to go. It's time for us to go now.
Should we
As,
not?
as you were staring at Samath and the orb, so you can see Despero, Samath gives you a wink.
Fuck. Despero waves.
If they take much longer, I'm going back in there and I'm gonna hurt someone's feelings.
Yeah, he waves goodbye to Samath.
Yep, they're coming out. You see Melifia kind of dragging him Despero by the shoulders.
I would say Joe probably has the other arm.
Yeah.
Well, as they escort him out, he says, "You know, that circular object seemed to have depth far greater than its shape should have allowed. I wonder what that fate
Human,
is
for
on."
the love of all that you claim to be holy, please stop.
Oh, hello, Kitchaboy.
Okay. So you guys make your way out of the Queen's Court. And I am fucking starving, so I'm gonna finish the rest of my burrito. Can we take a 5-minute bio?
I'm cool with that.
Absolutely.
Cool.
I just spilled nail polish everywhere on my floor. So
Jesus, Nikki.
I have red nail polish fucking everywhere. It is like I murdered somebody.
Oof.
You were wearing a fabulous shade of ruby.
All right, hey, since we're having this bio break, I gotta fucking ask, why didn't you guys want to look into Samath's scrying orb, which was no doubt focused on the battlefield and would have afforded us some like real tactile visual
Why
information
would
about
we
what
want
we're
to
dealing
look
with?
at a scrying orb used by an
Sorry,
archfey
man.
that probably has about 35,000 mental enchantment that's likely to hurt us?
Yeah, why the fuck not, Mister? My mind is protected.
Yeah, my mind is protected. You know how I keep it protected? By not sticking my dick in that shit. That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, Despero's mine ain't protected. You saw what happened.
I was gonna say.
that's why
I
I'm
was gonna say
concerned.
even with hit the protection, both Nyx and Titania still broke into Kitcherlorn's brain, so I wouldn't touch things.
Let me ask all these
Yeah.
questions about the battlefront instead of looking at it.
Well, yeah, okay,
Well,
let's look through
yeah,
the
but
scrying orb.
some-
That's going to give us a fucking Stanley Kubrick angle that tells us fuck all because these guys don't know what to look for in a war.
You don't know that. You didn't look. And the only guy who did look is a fucking
with their
idiot.
dicks in their hands for 3,000 years, not fighting a single battle. Like,
Also, Jared, like staring into enchanted things owned by Archfey is a generally really
actively
bad idea.
used by Archfey, likely has anti-scrying mechanisms built in, definitely charmed you when you looked at it. Yeah.
Hey, all I came away with was a wink. I was fine, I think, probably.
Yeah,
I-
because you're an
Sama-
idiot. If you were any smarter, you would have been coming out of there like a gibbering idiot. Who would have had to drag you?
Somehow more of an idiot than you already are.
Like, Jared,
Nothing is
I
valuable
don't understand why you think. I don't understand why you think fucking with things that belong to Archfey is a good idea. Like,
fucking with it. I'm just saying, I want to take a look.
That's fucking good.
Whatever.
It's okay.
Apparently,
Jared-
Despero is the only visionary in this party. It sucks that he's just
it's
an idiot and can't
Jared-
use that instinct to his
Jared-
advantage.
the difference. Jared, the difference between visionary and fucking stupid is like a thin line at best, and you're definitely on the other side of it. It is
rude, fucking rude.
like, man, it
Rude.
is such. I can't even begin to comprehend how terrible of an
Apologize.
idea- I can't even begin to tell you how terrible of an idea it is to actively try and see like.
No, okay, so
Oh.
Jared, serious answer. The same reason I don't trust a Soviet scout report is the same reason I don't trust a pacifist scrying orb. They're not looking for the right things. They're not going to report it accurately. And they can show me the side of the front that's doing fantastic and edit out the parts that are getting fucked, thus screwing up our choice.
So you
I'd
think-
rather go to the front, get the actual finger on the pulse, and if the finger on the pulse is dead, then we'll stay and fight. But if I look in the scrying orb and it shows me 35 people dying, and there's 10,000 people on the front,
Alright.
There's also the distinct thing of like.
I just want
Like,
you all to know
I-
that I'm going to be holding this over your head for the rest of the campaign.
I'm
Don't remember
just
that time you
also
guys were
saying-
afraid of the orb?
I'm just saying, Samath is also the one that absolutely 100% kidnapped the old coot.
This
Like
is
the
true.
old fucking druid coot, right? And you were like, let me go see what the fuck he's doing. When the immediate, like, let me protect myself response should have been, oh shit, this is the guy who kidnapped her. Maybe I shouldn't be fucking with this person. You know? Like, I feel like the survival instinct hasn't kicked in, Chief.
Look, Despero doesn't have most of his fucking mental faculties. He's literally possessed. You think he has survival instinct?
what I want to know is it possible for me, like, so your entire people meditated a lot, which means that I should theoretically be able to teach you mental barrier, but that would require you paying attention for an extended period of time.
It would be, no doubt, a large effort, but it seems plausible. I think the final word on the matter is obviously up to Chase, but I feel like that should be able to happen, yeah?
It took Kitcherlorn quite a while to learn it, but he wasn't accustomed to meditation, and ultimately mental barrier is meditation. The whole description of the spell is you shield your mind by thinking a single circuitous thought that takes over the surface layer of your mind while the rest of your mind is working, and you just use energy to reinforce the outer layer.
See,
of the thought.
that's the problem. That would require Despero to think.
Yeah.
Well, see, if it's empty,
There has to be
then that
something
one thought
working
should
underneath.
Really take hold. I'm just saying, because the whole way that my guy casts it is he literally folds his hands over and touches his thumbs together while that's his somatic representation of it as he's casting it. He's just meditating a single thought while he's doing it.
That makes sense.
But my concern is if I tell him to meditate in the middle of battle, he's just going to sit cross-legged and light an incense stick and get fucked.
No, I mean, it should be noted that he is, like, a trained and effective warrior. If he's mid-fight, he's gonna be like, look, I'm gonna need a second, kind of busy, but he is liable to do some people who aren't fucking possessed might not do, so there is some risk, I guess.
It feels like
it feels like bad news bears. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Well, y'all saved me from the orb. There will be no orbiting.
I don't understand why you thought going up to Samath and being like, "Let me just peer over your shoulder into your super secret scrying orb" was gonna be a great idea.
Hey man, that's what Despero would do.
At the same time, had Samath not wanted you there, you would have known it right fucking quick.
Yeah, fair enough.
My concern is that was a check you didn't want to do well on, because if you did well enough, the problem with mimetic effects is if you pass the perception check, you failed the perception check.
You could have regarded that as an intrusion and be like, you know what? Fuck your brain. Scrambled eggs.
That's like, no, literally, there was a game that I played with psionic stuff, and there was a fuckload of perception checks where if you passed them, that was the bad thing. Being an idiot with blinders on was the biggest blessing you could hope for, because every single thing you could see was a mental trap.
God, that really... I know I made this joke before, but it really reminds me of that episode where those brains were taking over the world, but Fry lacked the fucking Delta brainwave, so he was just fine.
Yeah.
Big death energy.
It eats the brains of its opponent. Poor thing's gonna starve.
Get trap card initiated. I don't got no brains, asshole. Fucking Papa Squat.
Yeah. Literally just the Japanese people I played in Civ 5 where we hadn't developed fucking writing yet. So we
Oh my god, I remember that fucking
so
shit.
we would sign treaties, but we could break them because we couldn't read the treaty.
I remember that shit.
We literally had quantum mechanics through oral tradition. Shit
Before
was
you could
wild.
fucking read.
Like oral tradition for building battleships, oral tradition for building cathedrals. Like, damn. Anyway.
If it works, it works, you know?
Yeah. Anyway, we're heading Duskward. I'm literally okay. I'm just gonna scroll a little bit on the map so I can fucking remember. So this is the big thing, and then it was this way, and then now we're like over here-ish, and then here's the war front, and then another war front here.
It's really funny that I can see the map and know exactly where I'm going, but you guys just have to fucking trust and guess.
Yeah, you're our guide. We gotta trust you.
Prince, and then
Devin, are you just drawing on like a notepad or something?
oh, so you don't have it open. Oh, perfect.
Oh.
I just also want to throw something else out there, okay? Nyx is still alive even though her court has fallen duskward. The other thing that we could potentially do is see if she is quote-unquote contained, if we quote-unquote uncontain Nyx. That is, if we could, like, you know, right now the Fire Nation's attacking and we need to reunite the other four nations. You know what I mean?
The whole reason I didn't bring that up was because A, we don't know how bad it is. It could be literally a sea of enemies from here to there, and we could just get the dick. So I want to see what the responses to stuff that flies. I need to know what the formation of the forces are, the weaknesses they have. If it turns out that they can't fly or have no anti-air because the enemies haven't used that a whole lot, we're just going to go right over that bitch, and we're going to get as much reinforcement to the right as possible. And then once we find out how badly the prince fucked up, either winning or losing sounds like not a great thing for us. We'll make a decision to help to the south. We'll help try and convince an idiot to not be an idiot, which is
well, no, north. So... Didal is north. He is all the way up north.
Is the prince to the south then?
The prince is to the west. So think of it northeast, southwest. North is Wintercourt Didal. He's the one who hasn't made the decision yet, and he's the one who's like, oh, like, I'm just gonna fucking sit on my ass and not do anything. Nyx is on the east, which is Duskward. She's already been defeated, and she's been quote-unquote contained. West is the stupid prince, who is fickle and a bit crazy, and
what's south?
South is us. We're Titania itself. Arbor Exemplar is Titania itself.
So what's south of us?
I don't know.
Landward.
I don't think anything is landward. Landward.
The border of the plain.
Okay, got it.
Far south.
So there is a wall there. Got it. I want to make sure that we're not just counting 3 directions, and from the 4th, there's an entire dick.
You know what? Frankly,
no. We are the 4th direction.
You guys have gotten close enough now, and you've been through the Feywild enough that I don't think I need to hide the map from you. So I'm actually just going to share the map.
Oh, so you're saying I have to get rid of my beautiful drawing?
I can't see where you're drawing it, but
just open up Dragonspine real quick.
Are you just doodling on the Dragonspine? Okay, all right. I'm just sharing you this map.
Oh, damn, that question. Okay. Got you. Okay. This makes so much more sense. Okay. So Winter Court is the fuckwits. Garden Throne's over there. Wait. Oh, so the Garden Thrones, so they're coming from that way and it's going north. Got it. I'm assuming those are the ruins there. Holy shit, that fortification's way closer than I thought it would.
Yeah.
That's really not good. That's really not good. Oh, fuck. I'm looking at this from like a total war standpoint. This is... All right. All right, we need to get to the front. So we are going here.
Yep. All right. So, are there any preparations you need to do before you leave the Arbor Exemplar?
Well, apparently they've never heard of a saddle, so no. Do they have any... Oh, actually, something that I've been meaning to bring up and we've been neglecting. Do they have any health potions? I would love some health potions.
Did the orbital bombardment give you some post-bombardment clarity that you're
Well,
now?
no, it was only after every single time we'd finish a campaign. I'm like, man, this would be so much easier if we had some form of independent healing. And I keep forgetting before the next one starts.
I've been wondering when you guys were going to either visit a shop or try and figure out some health potions.
Yeah. Health potions, particularly healing leaves, some
Anything
fucking
that can get
sriracha
us some
sauce
health,
to
pretty much.
spice up our deaths.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the sake of brevity, I will say that Melifia, you asked Froderick about it, and he says, "Oh yes, I remember. We collected a pile of those off from the last mortal group that stumbled their asses in here." And he will give you.
Drum roll.
Yeah, I'll just fucking roll for it.
Drum roll.
Where's my table? I gotta find my table. Don't. Your drum roll will be a long one.
Okay.
In a likely useless form of curiosity, are you able to identify magical items, Knight?
He just kind of turns his head. No. We determine if we do have an item that has magic properties, we determine its properties by trial and error.
Oh, I am honestly surprised you all have lasted this long in a war of adaptive nature.
Wow, that's a lot. Okay.
Hey, I'll take it. Hopefully. We'll take it, I mean.
Have you... This is actually a pertinent question, Flower. Have you been to the front lines?
No.
Do you like the will, or are you commanded here?
I am commanded here. My bond is here. I serve the queen. In the most direct fashion possible.
There are implications there I'm going to ignore out of respect for your queen.
Wow, that's pretty good. He gives you 2 greater healing actually, what level are you guys? 10? 11?
10.
10?
We are
10. Let's see if that changes it. I'm not sure it does. Nope. So he gives you 2 graders and 6 regular healing potions. They come in the form of these kind of like shot glass size, basically glass shot glasses that you, no matter which way you turn them, the liquid doesn't pour out.
Got it. Yeah.
So you guys can spread those out as you wish. He hands them to Melifia.
How much does a greater potion heal?
44 plus 4. No, you know what? Those should be superiors. Let's do 2 superiors and 6 regular.
How much does a regular heal?
2d4 plus 2. So 2d4 plus 2, or graders are 4d4 plus 4, and superiors are 8d4 plus 8.
So we're getting 2 regulars and 2 superior, or getting, sorry.
2 superiors and 6 regular.
Okay.
There's a damn decent amount of healing potion for the four of us, especially given that Melifia herself is capable of using some healing magic, and I think Kitchelorn is too, right? To a limited degree.
You think if I could use healing magic, you think I'm gonna?
You know
double
what?
down on
Yeah,
you?
I
You
fucking
think I'm
take
gonna hold
that
it down
back.
my pocket
I
this whole
was
time and
gonna-
be like, well,
Yeah.
now's not the time.
I
No,
was like Jared. I was literally about to say, you think Kitchelorn of all people would have
Yeah,
healing
after I
magic?
said it, I was like, no fucking way. Yeah, I take it
And
back.
even if he could heal, he wouldn't.
Well,
Only
no,
on
okay, I would
himself.
totally heal. The problem is, I'm fully aware that my health total is insufficient to pull myself out of a careening dive. So there's no point in me taking that when I could take things that make it so I potentially don't take the damage to begin with.
Yeah.
I'm going to. I would say that I should take one superior and a lesser, seeing as that is likely to keep me alive, and the lizard seemingly cannot be killed.
I
And
hear no
since no one
objection.
said anything against it, they're mine. They're mine.
I said Joe. Joe was. I tried to make an audio snort, and I don't think it came through.
I barely heard it. Yeah.
I'm gonna go to my items and add that, because otherwise I will forget.
Destro says, without a lick of sarcasm, because he doesn't. Of what use to a warrior is juice?
Joe will just take the
You're
other
right. You
superior.
probably don't need it.
Joe takes the other superior.
Okay.
Cool.
I am gonna. Oh wait, I can do this. Have you guys updated your character sheets with the items yet?
No.
Guess what? Guess what? I'm doing something cool.
Oh boy.
Potion of superior healing. 2. Potion of healing.
I know I
6.
had something in here to add items, but I am blanking on where it was.
Parcel items. Okay, so if you go to the party sheet, which is the top, very top right button, eye with 3 heads next to it.
Hey.
Go to inventory. You guys should possibly.
I see 2 potion and 2 potion of healing.
I do not see it. I see
Now
that-
click
There
on
it
the
is.
potions.
Yep, I see it. I
Okay.
see it.
I see that I have something marked as 12 art, and I'm pretty sure that's paintings I stole at some point.
I believe you're right. Yeah. Now the thing is, I don't know how to give them to you. Can you, Christina? Can you claim them from the?
I have a hold of the 2, so I'm gonna see if I can.
Sure.
No. No, that's not
I don't know.
right.
I've never used this interface before.
Ah, here we go. Add equipment. To your left column. Nope, that's not it. It doesn't count as equipment, does it? 'Cause-
Parcel items. Budunk. Did we lose?
Voodoo?
Looks like Jess.
Nope, that did not work.
That's extra equipment. Where the
Hmm.
fuck do I put the actions?
So we have 2 superiors. So one goes to Kitchelorn, one goes to Joe, and then we have 6 regular. So 1 each to Joe and Kitchelorn, and then 2 for Dustboro and 2 for Mel.
Color, print, league, spells.
Well, I
scores.
believe
Just
Kitchelorn already
rolled.
took 2.
I took one
Just for
superior and
not
two lesser.
You
Yeah, Kitchelorn already
ask
took.
what?
Sorry,
Yeah.
Jared. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I was gonna say Kitchelorn took 2 lesser and 1 superior.
Okay, so I have to. This is really dumb. Okay, so Joe Kitchelorn
Oh, okay, I see that now.
Items in gold, orange. shield.
assignment. So who's getting healing? Kitchelorn, Joe.
So one sup-
Dustboro. You know what? Here, I'm trying to do it this way. Melifia, and I'm just gonna hit submit. It gave you
I got
each.
Hey.
Okay, so it gave you each 1 potion of regular healing.
Yes.
So those of you who had an additional one, just add an additional one to your inventory.
Sweet.
Oh, what is this? Jared, what is the Lifewell tattoo?
You don't remember that shit?
Oh, I remember now. Nope, I got it now. Yeah, I remember. I forgot you added that as one of your tattoos.
There's also how Despero survived that big ass fucking hit to the chest from his homie, his Voyant homie.
Yeah, yeah.
I know there's a way in this fucking thing to add items. I'm blanking on how to do it, but we should.
Oh, in the VDSC or no, that's not it.
Yeah, the magical one.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah! So I can do.
Okay, so that worked surprisingly well. Cool. All right, so you are on your way. Heading duskward, you are headed through a section of the landward side. And as you exit the Arbor Exemplar, you see another troop of animate flying creatures just zip off into the. This group will actually head sunward. And they do appear to be, Melipia, especially with your extremely high perception, you can tell that they do appear to be armed with something in their arms, legs, hands. It doesn't, you're not sure what they are, but they look like weapons of some kind.
Okay.
So, duskward you travel. Is there any particular way you wish to travel faster than just walking? As a note, Tyr is extremely uncomfortable here again. You know, I should probably roll that for him. Let's see. Devin, can you see that? Can you click on the dragon head there and get its stat
You
sheet?
just gotta move a bunch of shit out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see it. Yes.
Can you interact with it? Can you like double click one of his checks?
It just was in the box. It doesn't really. I just double click it. But it shows it as like a stat block.
Okay.
I can pick up the number 16 and put it somewhere. What?
Yeah. How do I share that? Share record? Maybe did that work? Go to click on. Do you have the NPCs tab on the right? Should be the only shared one. Is Tyr.
I also see 4 other things that are terrifying to look at. Actually, well, no, giant fly, giant owl doesn't concern me. The one at the top is
I don't know what's the name of it.
Avatar of Death.
Oh,
what?
Oh shit! Wait, what?
I don't see that. I just see gargoyle, giant owl, wyvern, Tyr.
Avatar of Death?
Is that even on Chase's side?
No.
Chase?
I'm gonna show you what I see. Yeah. Do y'all see
Oh! You know what that is? That is the deck of many things. The Reaper.
okay.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why do I
okay.
have that? I don't want
I
that.
I don't know. It's also not shown as shared to me.
Public.
I was really concerned for a moment that Chase was going to be like, and when you turn around this specific tree, oh, you're fucked. Roll new characters.
Oh, goodbye. Roll new characters.
And
Fucking
giant
start
owl.
over.
Yeah, giant owl and giant what?
And
Fly.
gargoyle.
Gargoyle, I understand. That one I think I shared for because Tam has summon elemental. He used it last fucking, or Austin used it for him. Yeah, that's why that's shared. Yeah.
I was very concerned. Okay.
That's awesome.
I just
Just look at they're like, yeah, it should be the only thing shared in there. Chase, that's not the only thing shared in there.
hey, Chase, you want to fucking explain yourself real quick?
Tyr is still marked as read only for me.
Okay, so just take the dragon head of Tyr and move the little dragon down to one of your hotkey buttons
Okay.
if you don't already use those,
Okay, got it. So if I close that,
and then try and click on it.
oh well, I'm typing into chat. Wouldn't you know it? Oh, I don't want to draw. Please let me out. Okay. If I do this, that just opens it up. All right. What is this? Oh! The button's next to it. Okay, got it. It's just really weird. Okay, what am
Did
I
that work?
rolling? Yeah, flat check. I
we
don't
just
have
have wisdom
access to the rest. saving throw.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, he's fine. Okay, so he's better off than I initially made it out. He's comfortable with you there protecting him, but he's otherwise kind of unsteady on the ground here. And he has not taken to the air except for short little hops, mostly due to the nature of you guys being inside the tree for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Well done stealing yourself, Tyre.
He kind of chitters and chirps at you. He doesn't really have like a roar. His vocalization's more of a shriek. And the short little, inside voice vocalization he has is kind of like a cat chittering at a bird. Yeah.
Do I have control?
There isn't.
Hold on. If I do this. Oh no, it doesn't. Okay.
We could go faster if we want to do the double polymorph beast shape maneuver.
I see the tree ready for that and say Tyre is not ready for such speeds in this plane.
Understandable. We will take a slower journey.
Plus, we don't want to
Time
get
to get
lost
used to
either.
If we could find a saddle, let me tell you.
I'm ready to go. Yeah. Can we take it at a brisk pace instead of the normal leisurely pace we took with the Cyclopses?
I'm fine putting double time swing on this.
Yeah.
You guys can take a fast pace. No problem. Where is my?
Because I'm not herding
screen.
I'm not the sheepdog herding the fucking herd of Cyclopses. I've got it's a small party. I can fucking.
Yeah, you guys can book. Where the fuck is my DM screen?
And Chase was never heard from.
Oh, Chase, you know that picture of you your DM garb? I'm gonna need you to every single week add another detail onto that.
Oh, would you fucking believe? Would you fucking believe that I anticipated this question?
Oh shit! Oh shit!
And this is what I'm currently wearing. It's posted in Dragonspine. It's loading. It's loading.
You fucking anticipated this shit.
The last thing you guys ran into.
All right, I gotta share with the stream.
Deus vaulted your asses.
Oh, I forgot to fucking tell you about what I found that matches your pose. Hold on.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Is it Yu-Gi-Oh? Because that's the only thing I can predict.
I was thinking also John Cena.
I thought about the 5-finger shuffle, but no.
That's doing something very different to me than I think would.
Chase very much.
Oh, there.
Chase is Dungeon Dice Monsters. Chase is Dungeon Dice Monsters. He is one with the Dungeon Dice Monsters.
We have dungeons, we have dice, and we have monsters.
Not necessarily in that order.
Not necessarily in that order, but I see no difference.
All right. Back to it. We get there.
Back to it. You get there. You guys are moving at a fast pace. Melifia is guiding you. There's not 24 fucking additional Cyclopses that you have to guide. You make it without issues. Make a perception check while you're at it, Melifia.
Thank you, Christina.
Christina, if you would.
Once we
is
get
it an
closer,
advantage,
I'd like to
or
take
is it
Tyre
just
up to get eyes on.
Or is it just a
straight
roll? Okay.
She gets survival at advantage while she's in the Feywild.
15.
15 is not terrible.
Even though I rolled a 9.
Plus 9.
You rolled a 6. Plus 9.
So as you are approaching the, what you can tell is the line that they have drawn in the sand here, you see a kind of crude structure that I've drawn on the map. I'm gonna reshare it just for get some shiggles at this point.
Is that
I burped.
This kind of that kind of structure is in fact what appears to be a fortification on the inside of a tall bramble-filled wall. The wall represented here by wood planks, because that's the icon I have. Free incarnate. Is
free as fuck, boy.
I don't want to pay $10 a month for a map making tool.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
It's a great tool, though. I fucking love this thing. Lost train of thought. So you approach this large dome, and there's thorns, and it appears to have gaps in it that you can only assume are projectile weapon arrow slits. And this giant bramble wall that reaches up maybe 100 feet into the air, and is kind of twisted and I'm stealing a lot of imagery from Mordramoth. Those of you who've played Guild Wars 2.
Yeah.
Not great.
Yeah, not well. I mean, this is friendly.
I mean, yeah, right. Sorry, I think of Mordramoth and it's not great. Mordramoth's not great, but this is great.
That's true. Yeah, this thorn wall, you see dozens of insects flying around it. These giant insects, and actually, I have pictures of some of them. Let me see if I can.
Hostile or friendly?
They're the same as the animates that you. Nope, not that. Nope, not that. Probably should have named these better. Kind of like this guy.
Ooh.
I don't like it. Don't want.
Yeah, big wings and weaponry in hand, but a little bit more. So I'll just share you a couple of them. This one is just straight out of Hollow Knight. This is the kind of armor that I'm picturing on them, though. Like it's their normal insect plates, but shaped into more traditional armor.
Oh, Jesus. It's fine. I didn't see, like, the veil behind the curtain.
I don't know what you saw.
She saw a bunch of logs of you posting stuff. She saw the...
I saw the logs. You'll see when you watch the stream later.
Oh, interesting. I'm going to do it again and hope it does it again.
No, not right now.
Did you just see like the images and maps?
I saw like
No,
a
she saw,
big
like...
text box with like names of a bunch of different shit.
Oh yeah, so that's my images and maps thing. I don't know why that's showing. It shouldn't be.
It's not showing
not
anymore,
showing for
but
me.
it popped open for a second.
You know what's curious? This happened last time too, and it seems to only be Christina who sees these things on occasion.
She has a higher perception. She has a higher passive perception.
Yeah,
That's what it
that
is.
makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know. That's my entire images and maps folder though for Old Blood characters. Mine's highly treed out. Anyway.
15 minutes until I have to take my medications. Somebody remind me.
Okay.
These insects flying around are just kind of buzzing around and around the wall and kind of patrolling and weaving through the wall. It's not perfect. It's not like airtight, but it is certainly extremely thick at the bottom and is you on the seaward side, the northern side of this map. You see that it meets the river behind this fortress, this small little outpost-sized fortress. And as you approach, you're not attacked, but a large amount of these, maybe 24 of these flying animates, all zip down out of the sky, weapons drawn towards you, but they stop about 20 feet away, and they make it clear that they can see Melifia walking.
Mel's gonna wave.
They appear to communicate, and you can hear them communicating in Sylvan to each other. Melifia.
Mm-hmm.
Simple phrases like friend, food, enemy, foe, enemy, friend, food.
No, not enemy, not that one. The other one.
Not food.
But
either, not food.
the consensus that they reach is friend. They don't appear very intelligent, but they have a modicum of sapience given to them. As you approach, outside of the that fort appears Hermescent, the Autumn Knight, who you've seen before.
Flash the picture up just so everyone can remember
Yeah,
how cool Hermescent looks. Because Hermescent,
I love this
it's
look.
so good. It's so good.
And she just kind of appears out of the wood of the fort itself. And as she kind of blinks around, tree striding like Melifia does, she shows up next to the party, and she gives kind of a short a short bow, a short bend at the waist, and then back up. Good to see you again, Guardian.
Good to see you
I
again.
trust you returned to Titania before coming here. Wow, that was a fucking tongue twister.
Indeed. She has sent us to help as much as we possibly can here before potentially finding us some new allies to aid in the war effort.
Allies would be much appreciated. The Animate are strong, but by no means trained.
Have they learned to swim?
She looks at you and kind of gives you like a how dare you talk out of turn before just kind of swallowing her pride at this point. They are not particularly adept swimmers, no.
But they adapt.
I suppose they could. We will in my next report back to Titania, I'll request some form of animate that can swim, I suppose.
In the meantime, try to get some roots in the water, something that'll break easy, so if they try to go under, you'll know.
I can't do that. And she turns and just reaches up towards the wall, and just kind of with a slashing motion of her hand, one of the giant vines falls over and begins to like crumble into the water, and before your eyes, it begins to morph under the water into new plant growth.
God, we could have used some of you during the many wars of the gods. But in the meantime, what is the composition and number of these forces?
Whose forces?
Both.
Fair. Of the animates, I have remaining some 70 flying infantry, several hard-headed, thicker-hided. I'm trying not to say bruisers.
Breach
Just
holders.
bruisers.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Breach holders. I like that. So let's see. She has some 70 flying, some about 10 bruisers. Let me get a picture of each one. Several scouts remaining, which actually this guy is a scout. What's the regular? And I have one special unit standing by. Their last task was to destroy a conglomeration of enemy forces, and I assume they were successful. Otherwise, I would have heard.
Good. Do we know the source of these particular tides?
They come from Duskward.
Vaguely that.
They've come in from directly along the river. They've come in from landward of our site. They've come in from direct attacks more often than not. We've also spotted several of what we have dubbed harvesters walking in the depths of the rot further down in the line, the scouts reported. Harvesters being not particularly hostile. They will defend themselves if provoked, but do not attack on sight, unlike other Fomorians.
What do the harvesters do?
We are unsure as of yet. They dig up the ground, they till the ground, they find corpses and consume them. For what ends, we do not know.
I can give you two solid guesses, either one big bad or a whole lot of them.
Well, there have been many in the waves we have destroyed. And for each one that is destroyed, 2 more take its place. We've only been in this position for 3 Starfalls, and we've lost a quarter of the forces I was given.
How? Are they getting past the wall?
No. Not even a little bit. Not a step further. But with each time they approach, the flying ones have started taking down my aerial units. The quick ones get in behind the breach holders. It seems like everything every time we put up a new defense, they adapt to it.
Well, it's time to adapt faster. And I'm going to take off and fly to the top of the bramble wall to see over it.
As soon as you get up there, she joins you up top just by appearing out of the roots. And she's got that long like amethyst tipped spear. She's kind of holding on and gesturing with.
How many archers do you have?
As Chase looks at the NPC types.
My
Not many.
lord, my internet is losing it.
We can hear.
Fine, hold on.
Okay, so for your guys' information, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 types of animates so far. There are duelists. There are assassins, duelists, knights, myrmidons, and scouts. The scout is this little butterfly dude, which I need to rename him. This little dude. Animate scout. Oops. What the fuck? Didn't like that.
Oh, it named it.
I'm gonna take that. This guy is the Myrmidon. This guy is the Knight.
Breach holder?
Yeah, the Breach holder. This guy is the Duelist. They're kind of an elite infantry. Assassin. This guy is the Assassin. This is the one she only has one of.
These guys look fucking cool.
What can the assassin do?
The assassin specializes in eliminating single targets. They are quick, they are light, they are extremely fast, and they are quiet. It's a rogue.
Yeah.
They have limited casting capabilities. They've been given limited magic by the queen, but it is mostly defensive in nature.
Good, we can use them.
Christina, you can resize the window and then right-click zoom to fit, or right-click, view, zoom to fit. Straight right, straight right.
Thank you.
At the top, how many forces do I like? What do I see? I also want Tyir to be up here to do his own check. And
He flies up kind of unsteadily, and clutches onto the brambles with his wings, and you can see that he kind of gets pricked on one of the thorns before readjusting himself. Up at the top, you see about 25 of the flying scouts flying around. Why did it not? I feel like I'm missing one. But I made another one that was a flying infantry. Maybe I never got a picture for it. Well, for the sake of argument right now, because I don't want to go create the stat block again, there is another type of infantry that's a flying infantry. They're weaker than the ground-based infantry, but they fly. So,
okay.
And they do have some arrangement of longbow. The flyers do.
Okay, good. And then for the enemies, it's just a big old mass of them out there?
There have been... Well, I would show you, but as soon as we kill them, their corpses usually disintegrate.
That's a blessing in disguise, let me tell you. When the enemy starts making fortifications out of the bodies, things get ugly.
So you have seen a flying one before, and I will re-show you the picture of that.
Okay.
That's the one that crash landed. Actually, Devin, you weren't there. One of them crash landed while you guys were trying to escape from the Garden Throne.
Got it.
And you guys gave it a wide berth before it exploded into some kind of.
So
some kind
they
of
do
spore
have
poison.
bombs.
This was
That's
a
enemy.
this is a Fomorian.
I know, but it exists in the Fae. The concept of a living bomb. Okay, that's all. I thought I was going insane. I'm like, it just is the concept of area expansion alien. All right.
When they attack, they describe it as a wave. I'm assuming a press of bodies that seeks to make a hole in this wall.
It is a wave. They seek the weakest point and exploit it. They have some form of these barbed arrows that disintegrate, these poisonous weapons that quite easily rip through plant matter. They have, looking through my NPC list as well, many of these small bipedal, almost somewhere between bipedal and quadrupedal. They run on all fours but attack with their front legs. These small beasts, raptor-shaped bodies. They let's see. They have small, even smaller, hooded creatures that walk on two legs but do not behave like any mortal, do not behave like any fae. They consume.
Oh,
They
pleasant.
read their notes.
Do we know what weaknesses they share? Fire, ice, acid, anything of that sort?
We have no fire under our command, nor acid.
Is there one of these things within 120 feet?
Not from where you are, no. First of all, you're 100 feet up, but...
Well, I'm looking for like the flying ones. I'm assuming they're a
Oh,
similar
okay.
breed. Just something close enough that I can test.
No, they're not. Deeper behind their forces, we've reports of what the scouts are calling harvesters. They produce this ground cover. It's unlike any I've ever seen. The remaining troops, the remaining Fomorian beasts that lay on the ground seem to take nourishment from it. And it spreads with every creature they kill.
So they're mobile sanctums. That's not good.
It
The
seems
Pro
that
appears visibly disturbed at the idea of that corruption spreading when an enemy is felled, because that's very much against his modus operandi.
Actually, Kitchener, make a perception check for me.
Yeah, flat check. Let's do it, boys. Hey.
That's not bad. Off in the distance, deep in the distance, deep into the night, you do get a look. You can see just far enough from the top of this bramble wall to see, kind of cresting the hill, a creature that looks like this.
Whoa. Okay.
It's big.
No.
It would be from where from where you sit. It appears to be about large size category, bigger than a cow, like much bigger. And she actually points out and points at it as she spots it as well. That is one of the harvesters. We've not managed to take one down yet.
I don't blame you. That's rather deep behind their lines. In the meantime, we need to slow the bleed. Try to give your breach holders a big piece of something solid, preferably rock. Next time breaches form, just have them be part of the wall. Pair them with some of your spearmen and potentially one of your duelists to kill anyone that comes around. They're not trying to kill anyone, they're just trying to slow the bleed. Meantime, get your archers up top while your melee take care of all the aerials and just rain hell on them. If they got rocks big enough, just drop them on them.
What the flying scouts have in speed, they lack in strength. I don't think dropping rocks would be a fantastic use of their strength. And their arrows are limited, where it seems the press of bodies is not. But they wax and wane like the moon, and press in on us and just as swiftly leave, leaving casualties in their wake, which we must swiftly clear out. For each casualty felled, they run the risk of corrupting the living nearby.
Do we know when the next wave will be?
Well, by my calculation, tonight.
Of course, they can't give us but a few days.
It's been a few days.
And it lasts for but one night.
We've had it last for one night every time previously.
That's a maybe.
Say again?
That's a maybe.
Mm-hmm. Well, if Titania has requested your assistance defending this fortification, I can only imagine your talents would be put to great use. My knowledge of conventional warfare is limited, though I've seen more than most Fae. What are your specialties?
Mine is going as high as possible and making them wish they could fly as high. Tyre here can drop a single one of them every now and again, and he is durable. The human and the lizard can kill them quite well if they get into the breach. And the tree can heal and teleport and summon lightning sometimes.
Your guardian's skill set is powerful.
Sorry.
I'm torn between two instincts here. One is to go north, but that is a multiple day travel. How much of a gap between attacks is there?
It's been unpredictable at best. When they come hard, and when they leave just as quickly. It has been 2 starfalls, 3 starfalls since the last incursion, and they did not get through us. It has been less than a week since the previous position was pushed back.
Well, in that case, I would like to leave 2 of our kind here, and I would like to head north. I potentially can grab us reinforcements. While they're here, I will attempt to leave the human and the lizard with some degree of testing implements to find what weakness they might have.
I suppose 2 forces are better than none.
You haven't seen the lizard fight.
That's true.
Joe
She looks down off the wall, back down at Joe, way the fuck beneath.
I'm assuming Joe can't hear that then, right?
No, yeah, they're 100 feet above you at the top of the wall.
So yeah, Joe's just kind of looking up. She has her big ol' bone axe on her back.
Mm-hmm.
Treat her as one of your breach holders, combined with a few of your spearmen. She's been looking for a fight at melee range. The human...
You will get it.
The human will probably not follow orders, but he will kill things.
Yeah,
I can take that. I can work with that. Are you and the Guardian then headed to get us our reinforcements?
How many healers do you have here?
Just me.
Do you have someone else that can take me north?
No. The only Guardians of this region are either dead or corrupted or on the prime material side.
Then unfortunately, it would seem that I must stay the night, and I will do some of the testing on my own terms. But tomorrow, I will be taking the tree and heading north as fast as we can go. With any luck, we'll be crashing into the side of them on their next attack.
That sounds sound to me. Although I'm not sure this front has a side. It seems to be pushing everywhere. The only reason we've held them back so far is that we haven't had any incursions from the river.
Please stop raising that particular flag every time a general says that. The next attack, they will have someone at the river. How many rocks can we get of size? I'd like to shore up the other side of the wall against something that might survive that poison.
Shore up the front, the enemy facing side of the wall.
Yeah.
I will set my brutes upon it.
Make sure to still leave lines for the spearmen to do their job.
Is timber appropriate for your structure here?
Timber facing an enemy that can destroy plant life would be difficult.
Fair.
But if we can use the timber, do you have any ground-based archers? We might make a higher platform from which they might fire.
Not many. The archers that Titania has created have all been winged.
Then set those particular men to make more arrows. We're going to need every one of them. Just
They
create
are
a supply
already doing
point. A supply point of 1,000 arrows should help.
She kind of blinks. 1,000 arrows. I will command them to do so immediately. The animals are tireless. They do not sleep.
Good. Let's get some
And-
points halfway up the wall, shooting platforms if we can. Put some supply
will make it
points
so.
up there as well. Every arrow we spend is a spearman not getting killed because he made a mistake. And for the God's sake, if you can make flaming arrows, please.
We are unfamiliar with creating sources of flame.
Come with me. I think someone might help. And I land next to Joe and say, how much lantern oil do you have, Lizard?
Good question. Let's take a look.
Do you have an explorer's pack of some kind?
Let's take a look at my inventory. Hold on.
Because that usually comes with, most packs come with some amount of oil. Despero would likely also have some then.
Yeah,
Despero, how
I
are
have
you on-
adventuring. Yeah, I have adventuring gear. It doesn't say. It doesn't
You good?
say oil, but I do have a tinderbox and some torches.
Torches
Will
means
do.
pitch.
Yep.
I can't. Okay, so hole in my knowledge. I can't remember what pitch is made out of, but
Pitch is, like, true pitch is just a form of sap. It's a form of, when wood dries out, there's often pitch pockets left behind that are this very sticky substance. I don't know what.
that should work. That's close enough for what I needed. I want to take out a torch and undo the wrap at the top, and this stuff, this pitch. Get as much of this as you can. That comes from the natural world. Send your scouts. Leave some up so that we might see the attack coming. If we get
Pitch
this,
is a viscoelastic polymer which can be natural or manufactured, derived from petroleum, coal tar, or plants.
You know,
Known as resin.
I was looking in my inventory, and you know what I forget every time I'm rolling hit dice?
You have
My-
a periaptive health.
I have a periaptive wound closure, so I double the hit die.
Should be useful.
So, good to know for future cases.
So, the heating, dry distilling of wood causes tar and pitch to drip away from the wood and leave behind charcoal. Birch bark is used to make birch tar.
all right, so that works. I Lizard, you've stood on the fight before. Have you ever used flaming arrows before, or seen them made or used?
You would definitely have used flaming arrows.
Mm-hmm. Joe will nod.
Walk through some of the animates in how it's created. We need a lot, and we need a lot of arrows to go with it.
Joe will groan.
Hermescent kind of interrupts, like, they're not very smart and they don't speak common. Instruct me and I will instruct them.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Joe's
Lizard,
happy
you have
that
the
she
job.
only gets to do this once.
And if you make enough of it, we might pour it over the edge and give that front line something to think about.
Okay. So, Christina, go ahead and make a survival check for me.
Oh boy.
Could I assist her since I am somewhat new
sure.
with that?
Sure.
Okay, so survival at advantage. And Joe's rolling this.
Come on.
Drop to 1.
16.
I'll take
Drop
that.
to-
I'll
drop to
yeah,
one, okay,
yeah,
okay,
drop
yeah.
to 1. We'll take the drop 1. Anything's better than the 1.
Yeah, so you pretty successfully instruct them on how to basically cut down. They know how to cut down trees, but they're very hesitant to do it. But Hermes is kind of, we do this for the greater good of the Feywild, and instructs some of her brutes to basically just bulldoze trees and bring them to her. And pretty soon you have a from behind the line.
But I do want to say, leave enough so that you might tree stride. A commander should not be lost at the front line.
We're only taking down the sick or sickly trees.
That's honestly probably better for what we're doing.
Yeah, so you do notice actually there are a number of, just like on the map, there are a number of kind of wilting trees, kind of surprising for the Feywild, even behind this barricade. And the brutes are more than happy to oblige, just ramming them down with they're kind of like Hercules beetles, like big front hole, that they're just ramming the trees down and ripping them up out of the ground with.
Fucking Heracross.
Yeah, exactly. Heracross, but with a great axe.
Hell yeah. Oh, fucking yeah.
And they know close combat.
Oh, Nikki, medicine.
Yes, I took it. I'm on it.
Oh, okay, cool.
I got
Good
it.
call. Good call, Christina.
I saw it in the chat, so I was like, oh shit.
While they're doing
Wow.
that, can you construct shields for your breach holders?
Their carapaces have served them well enough so far, but we
It
push
is
the
not
limits
to
of
block
my-
blows. It is to be a temporary wall, so we might stem a breach.
more timber then.
We can use what's left of after the pitch is drawn.
So I'll say you guys have about 6 hours until what Hermescent calls nightfall, even though nothing changes. So you guys have about 6 hours to prepare. Let's see, how would we roll? Despero, are you helping in any way?
I have two things in mind. See, a lot of it stems from the conversation Kitchelorn just had, and Despero didn't hear that. I'm trying to think the right way to swing this. Okay, yeah, Despero pipes up. I would like to take the measure of what our opponents are. Do you know of any concentration? And he's saying this, of course, they're messing. Do you know of any concentration of their number nearby here?
I would expect, human, that they dwell somewhere out beyond our sight in the already corrupted area. Our scouts that have touched the ground have never had positive interactions with them, and those in the air are constantly chased by their mindless flying units. I would expect that duskward of us, where we saw that harvester, you should find a fairly large concentration of them.
I would like to capture and apprehend one so that I can study it by combat. Then he looks around, kind of trying to look for like more forces and sees less than he would expect from the warfront. Do you think that they could hold the line for an evening? If not, I can go assist them to make sure that the line does not break.
Our lines are tested every time the wave comes. And I would fear for your safety alone in the corrupted areas.
Human, I might make an addendum. We will need you tonight. But your idea does have merit. You're fast enough that you might peel one of them away. And I would like to test the efficacy of fire beforehand.
Despero nods.
Hitting them with a lit torch and seeing how they respond would come in handy. Or you can use a vial of your own lantern oil as a form of firebomb.
Despero, do you have any fire spells that I haven't taken away from you yet?
Yeah, I was gonna say once upon a time. Let's see. Let's double check.
Well, while he's
It
saying
was
that,
particularly. It was
Have nice
particularly
things
the
under
triple.
you.
Yeah, it was particularly the triple fireball gambit that was the opening gambit. that-
Fucking overpowered. Yeah.
No, you know, while he's saying that, when I look at him confused, I'm gonna take out a bottle, pour some lantern oil in there, and say, "Let me teach you a trick that helped me many a time." As I stuff a piece of torn cloth in there and start taping it up.
Oh, you're making a Molotov cocktail? Okay.
Yeah, I'm into that.
You take this, you light that end, you wait until the and throw it at them. Report back what happens. If you are able to engage them, do so. But if you are injured, we are lesser in the night.
Understood. And Despero takes it.
Do you have? I
will
assume you
send-
have a tinderbox or something.
I will take Tyr. I will send you with Tyr so that he might pull away some of those ranged units should they follow. We don't need them seeing what you're about to do.
Hmm.
Tyre, you could just hear him go, "Brrr," and his ears perk up.
Yeah,
does
he
have
heard the name because I was speaking in common. I turned back.
Yeah.
And said, keep the human alive and only engage enough that the flying ones follow you. The moment that he retreats, you leave at all haste.
He kind of chirps at you again, and then shuffles over to Despero, and like patiently sits on his tail.
I turn to the tree who was likely probably dropped out of this conversation at this point and say, "You remember what we did in the forest? We're going to do a variation on the other side of this wall."
Wait,
Mel
the
looks
tree
very
died.
confused.
Okay.
No, Mel looks very confused and can't quite recall what you mean at this moment.
Yeah.
I'm
Which
gonna
time
go
in
to
which
the-
forest?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go to the other side of the wall, and she should be able to just fucking blink to the other side.
Yep, I will do that.
We need holes. We need a lot of
Ah,
holes.
that forest, the frozen forest, the giants. Yeah, the giant hunting grounds.
We will make holes deep, and we will cover the bottom in things that burn. And when an enemy falls in, we'll follow up afterwards. Make little barbecues out of them.
I think I understand. Sorry, it took me a moment, but I think I finally understand what you were.
I want
Going
to turn
for
around
there.
and inspect the wall to see what the weakest points. If I was attacking, what I would perceive as the weakest
Okay.
points.
Make an investigation check.
I don't think I've ever landed one of these. Man, this ought to be good.
I believe
I
in
don't
you.
suppose I can use magical guidance, can I?
Did you take that as one of your meta magics?
It's not a meta magic. It's a sorcerer, just thing.
That's
5th level.
really strong.
Up to you, because I didn't know about it beforehand. So if you want to drop it, that's fine.
Why the fuck not? Sure.
Oh, baby.
9 sorcery points, and then we just roll that again and watch me flub it twice. The investigation is the bane of my existence. Hey, that's better.
That's better.
It's better.
It's
It rolled
it's
very precariously on 2.
it's better, but it's not great.
Well, I'm trying to
So-
get in the eye of a mindless beast, so.
Yeah. Hang on, I have an idea. Despero. Don't worry about it.
That's if you were to attack that wall, where does your heart go?
As you look at the outside, man, that's pretty solid. You don't know how you'd get through the base there, but as you look up, it's got holes in it because the vines, kind of naturally twist and turn around themselves and over each other as this wall rises up into the air where it's less straight. And you see that smaller things could probably get through the gaps up top, where bigger things would have to just hack their way through the bottom. And Hermesid has mentioned flying foes a number of times.
Yeah, I can't plan for flying. We're just gonna have to fucking duke it out with them. But where I see weaknesses at the bottom or shallowly off the ground, a la World War Z climb, that's where I direct Melithea to put holes.
Okay, so places that would be easy for the bodies to stack up against.
Yeah. Because I got an evil plan. This is something I read about in a book.
All right. Okay, Melithea, I assume you said about digging holes?
Yep, we're gonna
And you-
use whatchamacallit.
Move Earth or whatever the cantrip
Move Earth,
version.
that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
While she's doing that, I cast Dragon Breath on myself for frost and slowly begin to solidify the ground behind and make it as slick as possible.
Okay, it is a pretty warm climate here, so I don't think the frost would last
That is a fair point.
Maybe that's maybe a right before the battle kind of thing. Plus, it'll also make your defenders have a harder time keeping their footing.
Well, no, well, are the defenders going to be on the other side? The fuck?
Defenders will be in and behind the wall, I assumed.
I was going to put it behind so that, like, as they're pushing up with reinforcements, they have some level of fuckery to deal with. But
okay,
now that I think about it, I haven't used acid breath in a while, and I can make little trenches all up in just things, speed bumps.
Sure.
I'm just gonna do that, and then
in front of the wall.
Well, in staggered lines leading up to the wall. The wall itself, I want to leave for the holes themselves. I don't know if I want to give them access to the roots of the vines.
Let me hold up a minute. Let me see if I can just get a map going. Won't do. I might just have to cobble a map together real fast. What are you? Nope, way too complicated. That looks great, but is way too complicated.
If it helps, if there's anything standing on this side that could be used for cover, I'm abandon the acid plan, or I'm still gonna use the acid plan and just fucking level it.
Okay. Dig in my maps folder real fast. See if I can come up with something good. Oh man, I don't like any of these. For some reason, I didn't anticipate you guys going to the actual wall. I don't know why.
I was gonna go north, but I have this thing in my head where the moment we do that, it turns out Tyrannosaurus Rex breaks the wall, and we come back, and it's just a wasteland.
I mean, look, if we need a T-Rex, I got one.
Maybe. Ooh, this is not a very big map. I used to have just an entire thing, just an entire section of walls, but I don't know what I did with it. That's a whole ass castle. That's probably not good enough. I've got like, I don't know, 17 gigabytes of pictures in my maps folder.
Damn, son.
I spend a lot of time looking up maps, mostly stealing them.
You wouldn't download a bear.
I would totally download a bear. In my clinic today, to the National Association of Band Instrument Repair Technicians, I said, you can use any free program you like. Like, support the people, but I'm using all free programs here, so.
Fair.
I said, steal that shit. Wow, I really don't have anything good. What are you? Another fucking tiny map.
I'm also looking on just Google to see if
Yeah.
something useful.
I'm just seeing if I have anything already.
Oh, hold up.
PM it to me.
That might work. It's a fucking small image. You'd have to go onto the actual site itself. But
well, PM me the thumbnail then. I have just a plain wall section.
I mean, for our purposes, that might be the ticket.
That might be the ticket.
Yeah.
I like that a lot, actually, Devin.
I'm seeing if I can't find something else in the old Google.
I like that. I'm gonna look it up. Heroic maps. Oh, it's from DriveThruRPG.
Yeah. I would really love to just find one that's flat on the other side, though. I feel like that would be great. No. No, because that looks like it's backing into some bullshit. Okay.
Ooh, here's one. This'll do.
Perfect.
This should do. Okay. this will do, hopefully. So now I've got to copy you from there to there. Import file. Excuse me. Oh, refresh. I have to refresh it. That's why.
Excuse-moi, may you please do
it's not a
what I
JPEG,
have
that's why.
asked of you?
It's a PNG. And it's pretty big. We like that.
Perfect.
All right. So imagine that it's turned sideways. Here you go. So Kitchalorn. Oh, I also have to put a map on this.
Yeah, I was saying like, damn, that's crazy. This void's nuts. Oh, that was actually the one I was looking at before. Okay.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I like this one. This one looks good.
Oh. Right.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh, there you go. I'm okay. My brain just couldn't handle it for like half a second.
Yeah.
There's just a lot. I completely understand. There was just a lot in one go.
You know what? I'm gonna make these 10-foot sections. That should do it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Can you guys see that? Can you guys see that grid all right?
Yeah, I can see it okay.
Also,
Yes,
I can also
yes.
change the color of it to make it really, really obnoxious.
Rave time, rave time.
There we go. That's perfect. Play that alongside the Pokemon
That's a
battle
little-
theme when it
that's-
starts.
It's a little on the light side now.
I could see
That's
the
fine.
overall
It's
theme.
it's a little it's a little full of glare.
Okay, yeah, I can see it okay. Just it's
I could darken it up a couple of percent. Hang on.
just a hair. There you go.
It was
There,
a
that
shame
works.
though,
That
it was-
works. That works.
It's a shame we can't actually get it to be kaleidoscopically ice stabbing Technicolor, because that would be a hell of a fight.
The next time I throw you against like a beholder or something, I'm just gonna make it fucking.
You just full rave night.
Yeah, how will I know when I'm being affected by the beholder's gaze? Oh, you'll know.
Oh, you'll know.
Yeah, I'm
All right, guess
definitely
what?
gonna just start fucking. If any of those trees are really.
Oh, you know what?
the-
It's
the big ones.
if anyone else, or any one of us gets stuck in Kitchalorn's hypnotic pattern, that's what's gonna be. It's like, "Ugh."
Also, the grid is very slightly misaligned, and I'm gonna see if I can fuck with it.
Oh,
there
fucking
you go.
perfect. Wait, Joe, you finished teaching people. Fantastic. Lizard, I could use you over here.
Oh
Grab an
no.
axe.
I'll say it takes you about 3 hours to teach Hermescent all your stupid survival tricks, like how to make arrows and how to. She's not an archer, so she doesn't know.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, I can't really draw on this. Can I? Drawing. Nope, can't draw on it.
Can you not?
Yeah, I don't see the little thing at the top left.
The top right is 3 little ellipses.
I can draw.
Ah, there we go.
Oh, do I have to enable it for
Yeah.
you? Oh, interesting.
I
Didn't know that.
I would love. Where are the holes? The holes are.
Okay, so this wall, I'm going to say that this wall extends also. Drawing, paint, drawing. Oh, God, that's not what I meant. Really? I'm just going to draw it in blue because I can. Paint. How do I change line thickness? I have never fucking used this.
What even is this button? Target enemy units, like all of them?
Like every single one of them?
Oh, there's a selection mode? Oh, hell yes. That's
Oh yeah, there's a
awesome.
selection mode. That's cool.
You just fucking grab them.
So the wall extends quite a distance to either side.
Oh. Okay.
Because it's supposed to be like several hours of walking to get from top to bottom of that on the Feywild map.
Yeah.
And oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted 0.5. So you guys are going to set up ammo stockpiles. I'll just say here and here. and the front line of this wall.
I didn't see the here or here thing.
You see green paint?
Nope.
Did you see blue paint?
I
I saw the blue paint on the outside.
yeah. Okay, there you go. There you go. I see it.
You see
That
green
was me
paint?
making.
No, I see blue paint.
That was me
Okay,
making them.
okay. Why is this not showing up?
Ah!
What the fuck? Why did one of my paints show up but not the other?
Yeah, you can look at my stream if you're not sure what
Yeah,
you can see.
I have grown to appreciate Fantasy Grounds over time, certainly more so than I did at the outset, but sometimes this shit is fucking weird, man.
Sometimes this shit is fucking weird, I agree. And you can't, I don't get it. I don't get it.
At this point, you're supposed to get it.
Runs you one of those Letterkenny fucking recurring things. You know, some questions just ain't worth asking.
Okay, so we're just gonna delete this painting.
Oh no, it was something just ain't worth thinking about. That's what it was.
Can I not delete paintings? Excuse me.
Oh, there we go. We can
Oh,
see
now you see the green. I don't know why.
Hey.
We fixed it.
Oh, you probably had the layer of the map too high.
No, they were both above the map.
Huh. Well,
I don't know.
ammo stockpiles there and there. Fantastic.
Yep.
Um,
So it is functionally from about 25 feet up, I'll say, the wall is semi-porous, and the brutes have basically taken up spots along the. Okay, no, let me clarify. Line color picker. You. So through the base, the brutes have taken up. God, can I just draw a straight line?
It's so funny that you think you can have nice things. That's really cute.
Sometimes a motherfucker just wants some nice shit, man.
So these are channels through the wall where the brutes are taking up residence.
fantastic. I'm assuming those are some distance off the ground.
I'll say they're 10 feet off the ground.
Okay. And are we just putting the holes like here, 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 and here?
That's up to you.
Well, if those are the weaknesses that I spotted, then
Yeah, so the wall is that's where there are obvious channels. So kind of like a breaking wave. You want to give it a place to go.
Yeah.
So they've made these channels in the wall.
yeah, if your front door is unlocked, they don't bother trying to break in the back.
Right. But you're waiting behind the front door with a shotgun.
Yeah. So given that, my trenches are literally going to be like this, just sort of funnel points.
Okay.
It's not going to convince all of them to go there, but it's going to convince most of them.
Okay.
Just
And
have
how
to distance it.
are you doing those with acid?
Yeah, just basically acid lines.
Okay, so the acid will just burn away at the ground and create a dip.
Am I able to do it deeper?
That acid isn't great at burning away dirt.
Do I have anything, any element that is?
Not really.
Could I use?
For-
Is the
Force
ground?
would be your best
Force,
bet.
Yeah. No,
Telekinesis.
yeah, I was just thinking with telekinesis.
You know, if you don't mind my interjecting, acid, I mean, it depends on how corrosive it is, but like, even if it itself is not enough to remove the dirt, it might make it far easier to dig up. Like, if you had any help with this whatsoever.
Well, so new idea using telekinesis, because I would kind of have to pick one or the other. Just ripping up chunks of it. So from the side, if you zoom out, if this
Sure.
side is the wall, I want it cut like this, like not a perfect divot, but something that makes it so that this side's clearly harder, so it's easy for them to get
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
But then they don't want to go that way.
So they have to go forward. Oops.
Yeah, along it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do that by ripping it up, and any other loose things like plants or anything else that I'm trying to cut down. And when Joe frees up cutting down trees that are in the way, I'm just gonna pile them all up here and here and here. I want to make it so that.
What the fuck did I draw that in that I can't erase it?
Permanent marker.
What?
Watching you struggle with this actually gives me so much life.
Yeah. So basically, like
those little things can stay there.
A little break like this, and then one of these.
Okay, so why don't you clear out those big scribbles and let me see if I can.
Okay, drawing.
Okay. All right, this kind of weird off orange color is going to be our. So you're making pits here. And then you are making
a V between them.
So it points to.
It points down, but a V as the two trenches. So like that, but better.
Like that?
Yeah.
But not garbage.
Well, no, his is fine. And then another one identical on the other side. Yeah. Now we're thinking with pork. Now we're cooking with gas.
So I'll assume you get some help from Hermescent's brutes to just bulldoze lines in this. And are you going to use telekinesis to help shape them?
Yeah.
Just take a fucking paver, take a fucking angle paver and just grind it along these trenches.
Yes, and
Sure.
that, and also just make a pile of shit here.
Okay, so pile oh shit. I will change colors to
in scribble zones.
Pink.
We'll be right back, guys.
Go ahead and get rid of your
Okay.
scribbles.
Not enough that it's a great detriment to our archers, but enough that they will.
It's difficult terrain.
Yeah, they just don't feel like going that way.
Okay.
All right. And
Is your RTS like helping you out here?
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
all I'm doing in the pits is shredded up piece of wood that's easy enough to do when everything's been fucking emulsified.
Kindling.
Piling them at the bottom, and whatever pitch I've got, I'm just sort of taking a scoop out, throwing it in there, taking a scoop out of the next one, throwing it in.
Sure. Okay, so those are all fire trapped.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the last thing, which is most important, is just something sturdy enough for one person to stand on, not sturdy enough for two, and covering the holes.
The pits.
Yeah.
Okay. Here. PCs did I make? I don't think I made Hermescent yet. So, all right. Well, what's your guys' opinion on how we doing?
Well, if you look at it from a certain perspective, the wall looks like a little bit like a train, right? Because the yellow parts are the wheels, and the red parts are the windows, and like the green is the base of the train. And if you look below that, it looks like some fucking giant dude raising his arms up like he's really happy.
Yeah.
But as to the actual important part of your question, what was the question?
How are we doing? Do we want to do this? Do we want to do this tonight? Do you guys want to? Because it's almost 10 o'clock. My voice is doing surprisingly fine for having talked 1,000,000 miles an hour for the last 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm cool to go, but I'm just gonna have to make some NPC stat blocks real fast.
Oh, we can take a break, and I'm down to keep going. Like I'm 100% down to keep going.
Okay.
If that means we can take like a small break, so I can like poop and get something to eat, and then we can get back into it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm all down for a bio.
Yeah.
I would personally prefer to do this next time.
Okay.
That's the ADHD talking. I lack stamina when it comes to paying attention, but like, let's do this democratically. If I'm the only one who's feeling that way, I'm down to tough it out.
Jared, the whole point of D&D is like you should be here and present and enjoying it as well. If you're not going to enjoy it, there's really no point.
Yeah, if you're getting burnt out, then that's fine.
Yeah,
it's
We can save it for next
Okay.
time, and Chase can plan out whatever he needs to plan
Yeah,
out.
that gives me a little bit more time to figure out exactly this
And
shit.
maybe
I may even make a
get
new
a
map.
get a proper map, maybe too.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
good enough.
I really
no,
am
this is
fond
good
of
enough.
the train, to
I've-
be honest. Yeah.
The train is really great.
I've made a whole lot more to do with a whole lot less map
That is
wise
true.
before. So
That is true.
I'm also that gives me a chance to start writing a whole spiel.
a dream.
A
Who was your
dream.
first dream target?
But he's my only dream target. I'm only dreaming Aridin.
I thought you had 2 targets in mind.
Yeah, one of them was fucking Vonsog, but you know, we got we got the stupid fucking version of it. We got the we
Rude.
got
Stupid fucking version while she's putting together a Michael Bay documentary. That
I
doesn't fucking
prefer
work.
the Despero Express. No
Point is,
relation
we
to the
got
train.
the- point is we got the idiot proof version. So, you know, there's only one target now.
All right, I'm going to write that down. That you are giving Aridin a dream.
Mhm.
Okay.
He's going to have a great time with the stream.
I'm sure.
It's definitely not going to be slightly horrifying at all. What are you talking about?
No, that's perfect.
Oh no.
I would be so happy if the dream was just like completely out of fucking context.
send
Like,
me-
hey, buddy, you want to buy a timeshare? Like, what the fuck?
Nikki, send me the paragraph too. I want to know what you send him, just for the funnies.
Will do. No, of course. I will definitely do that. Right now, I got to figure out what I'm sending him first. Because I have a vague idea of what I want.
And she died.
And her internet crapped out.
Well, probably for the best that we ended here then.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for everybody
Well,
showing up to the
GG.
stream.
Yeah. How many did we have?
We got about 4 or 5.
It's not bad.
See you in 2 weeks, people.
Oh yeah.